that shit was on.
Oh, it's live. I can hear it.
It just kicked in.
Welcome back to Mik'd Up. Actually, good evening.
Good evening.
And welcome back to Mik'd Up. Today is Wednesday, June 29th. We have an enormous, probably a little bit of a booze-filled show. Not necessarily us, but our good friend, Coach.
I put my application in.
Coach Drew Bianco. I don't think you're going to get that job. We
see.
are brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
And
Caesar Sportsbook.
And
Doze.
And
Assured Partners. Frankie Harris at Assured Partners.
And
You tell me and. Lance Beal.
Spite Bet of the Week, not Spite Bet of the Week.
Not
Lance
Spite.
Beal.
And Rejuvenate.
And, that's right. And.
That's
at
your.
45.
This is yours.
Let's fucking go!
This is yours.
I'm back in the building 3 days in a row.
I'm proud of you. I didn't go today.
I know you don't. You take a Wednesday off.
No, I don't usually take it, but I did because yesterday I had 2 days. I had workouts and I played basketball. Hey, boys.
What's the stat line?
Boys. Call me Clay Thompson, bro.
Oh.
I didn't. Oh, actually, old Clay. Old Clay. My handles are coming back. Now I need to start going left again so I can go back right. Obviously, I'm a righty, but I got to get 2 dribbles left, spin right, get back to the center of the lane. I was filling it up yesterday, boys. Did not miss from the outside. But
What does that mean?
it means I was lights out from the 3-point line.
I know, but what's
Mid-range jumper was fire too.
Are you that guy? How many times do you shoot? How many times?
No, I don't. I'm super efficient. I am super efficient.
You know. Have you
It
played
sounds like he was just lighting that bitch up. He didn't see a shot. He didn't like it.
I let the game.
like he's playing by
Hey,
himself.
I let the game come to me.
It
I
doesn't
make
sound
shots
like
when
it.
it's open. And then
A
it
whole
got
lot
to
of
the
hands
point-
like this on the court.
It got to the point where they said, "Hey, we need you to make a shot. Go make a shot."
Okay, you got it. All right, go ahead.
Hey, I'm just proud of my game. But huge day today. Drew Bianco coming in the 7 o'clock hour post Ole Miss
Coming out the
championship.
bullpen.
He is the new.
Fellas, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and ask that right now. He got
you
some
know
news
what,
for you.
fellas?
No.
We gotta kind of ask that, so we just keep.
Like as we went live, he texted us that the parade's running late.
Well, no shit, it's running late.
Well, honestly, he should just video.
Yeah,
he
tell
should
him
just
the
do
video.
it from the parade.
Dude, call him right now.
No. Just say, hey, the show's till 8. It doesn't matter how late it is. If you just want to give us a shout out for 10 minutes on the video, it
Dude,
doesn't
30
matter.
seconds.
We'll figure this thing out. He's coming
Let
on.
me get
We'll
this.
make him
He's my
coming on.
guy. He's my guy.
But outside before that, at 6:15, newly acquired,
Mikie Mahtook
projected-
promotion basketball team.
projected potential number one overall pick in the 2024 draft.
Who, Mikey?
I wish. hey! I tell you what. If I was a projected number one overall pick, I ain't here with you boys. I can tell you
Mikey,
that.
hot sauce, Mahtook.
I can tell you that. Hey,
The professor.
Hot sauce is not the case, boys. Hot sauce is not the case. I'm a slasher. and a
He's giving
shooter.
you insurance.
You call me Andre Iguodala. That's it.
Who do you want the ball in his hand? Andre Iguodala.
But before I was really interrupted by all my friends, Thatcher Hurd, UCLA transfer, who just recently announced yesterday or today. Was it today? Today.
I think today.
Today,
Yeah.
that he is coming to LSU. He is going to be on the show at 6:15. Talk about why he made his decision, why he transferred, what makes him the pitcher he is. Talks about his back recovery. He had a little bit of an injury that cut his freshman year short. But when he was on the mound, beginning of the season when he did pitch, he was electric. He had unbelievable stuff and enough talent where they are projecting him as a potential number one overall pick in 2 years, which means we have potentially have the number one overall pick in the draft next year and the number one overall pick in the draft in 2024. And all of the issues that we had and we talked about and discussed seems to be getting fixed really quickly. And the summer of Jay Johnson continues, and me and Jay Johnson had a little communication back and forth. He's extremely excited, as he should be. I'm extremely excited. I'm extremely excited for the future of the team. I'm extremely excited to talk to Thatcher. So we got that going
And the
on.
birdie says it's not over, right? There's
more coming. There's
okay.
more coming.
Scholarships is all you have.
Listen to me. You got draft coming. So you got guys leaving that are coming to the draft. A few guys that we have talked to on our show that are transfers that are probably not going to be here next year as well. They're probably going to get drafted and go. We've already seen a bunch. I think 8 or 9 guys have already transferred out of LSU. So you have room. You have guys. I think that he is probably anticipating leaving. Obviously Jacob Berry's gone. You have Cade Doty gone. You have a bunch of these guys gone. So that's let's say if you had 8 or 9 guys already transfer, and you have those 2 or 3 that are going to be gone, that's 12 guys you're going to have off of the team.
Yeah.
Already. So,
I feel like we got 12 in the transfer portal already.
We do.
Obviously, we didn't.
I know what you mean. We
It's
do.
close.
We got a lot.
It's
Got a
close.
lot. But some of the guys
And
that
it's not done.
listen, we've gotten 3 guys in the transfer portal that I think may not make it.
Possible, yeah.
That's hard to transfer portal is hard to say.
That is tough to say. It's tough to
Rizzuto.
do. But yeah, like you said, there is a couple there that might not actually.
Yeah,
make it.
like I think our friend from Creighton who came on and talked a little bit to us. I don't think he's going to be on campus. I think he's probably going to get drafted. We'll see. We'll see. Shortstop for Baylor has a chance.
Yeah.
Shortstop from Vandy. I know he didn't.
They're all coming until they're not. Let's just put it that way.
That's a very good. But
They're here. Until they're not.
let's listen. We're talking about the
Spearmint
portal.
Rhino.
Huh?
What?
What?
That was a.
Just go ahead. Just go ahead and keep going.
See, now you made me lose my train of thought. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Something about the Vandy shortstop.
Guy might not have the best year, but he can still go.
No, that's what I was gonna say.
No,
that did
Vanderbilt
bring it
shortstop's
back.
not
That
getting
did
drafted.
bring it back, but that's not what I was saying. So we talk about the portal.
Mikey favorites.
What?
Nothing.
Mikey, you're strike 2. That's a strike 2.
You got one more
Okay.
shot.
And then I'm ringing you up.
We're
punching
texting
up, and I'm
Stewie
punching
on
it
the
out.
way to finish the day.
Again, train of thought.
Hope
So
it goes
we talk about the portal. We talk about the portal. And we talk about all the guys that are coming in the portal, and that's great, and that's going to help our team immediately. But I think we forget about the recruiting class that is coming in from the high school ranks. It's a very good class. You have a lot of guys that are coming in that can potentially help immediately. So I think our team is going to be the deepest our team has been in a very long time.
Can we just put this on notice? Because I think we're like seeing this in live time happen right now. What we've seen over the past few years of the 14, 15, 16-year-olds who are getting offers and putting this out there, it looks like, I don't know for sure because I'm not in the game, but it looks like that's about to slow down a lot. And it's about to turn into...
Maybe.
In the sense of what I'm saying is, I don't think LSU is going to have to go recruiting 16-year-olds anymore. Either you are that guy by the time you get to your junior, senior year, or there's 2,000 kids in the transfer portal, and we'll go figure it out there.
No doubt.
So I think it's going to turn a lot into that.
And obviously the advantage of going out and getting the recruiting, the big recruiting class out of high school is you get the guy for 3 years. You know, you go get out the portal, you get the guy for maybe 1 or 2.
My point is, no. I think what I say is it's not going to be as much as the thing is. I still think the Dylan Cruzes of the world will still be the guys looked at in those situations. But there's a lot more than the Dylan Cruzes that are getting offers early.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like the top level, the top level recruits are still going to get offered at 15 years old.
Yeah.
The other guys are going to have to work. And that's
You're
fine.
gonna have to do it.
That means you get to develop.
Not
and
so
you
much
get
the old school way, but you're going to have to keep showing it.
I mean, I didn't sign with LSU until my senior season in high school.
There you go.
Senior year in high school.
There you go.
Yeah, Bama soft
I
commit.
committed as a preferred walk-on. I didn't even have money to come here. And then I had a good senior season, and then
Because he was going to Bama. That's why
He was going to Bama,
This
yeah.
kid's going. He's going to Bama.
I would if they offered. Good thing I didn't, right?
Roll Tide.
Good thing I didn't. We would have had a good outfield. Me and Taylor Dugas would have been nice.
Yeah, when you
And Kent.
It would.
That'd have been a nice
For
outfield.
1 year, yeah. Kent would have been there for 1 year.
That'd have been a nice outfield.
what'd they do whenever
Then you
you
had Josh Rutledge. They made the supers that year.
But you would have also.
I also would not have won the national championship, and I
No.
would have been miserable in Alabama.
No, you
probably.
also would have been in summer ball really early, like the start of summer ball, like not
Bingo.
like the start of it.
Bingo.
When's the
But, you know, that's another
when's Cape Cod
conversation.
start? Yeah.
Bingo. And you know what? I'm happy with my decision. It all worked itself out. I didn't make the commitment.
That still blows my mind.
I'll tell you what,
Mr. LSU.
I did go on a football visit there, and when I was a junior, I just broke my arm, but I got like an unofficial visit to go watch. The most boring football game I've ever been to in my life.
What year?
It was right before I think it was 2007, so it was right before they got good. You know, it was like
Oh, that's
like
what did. Was it
that
LSU,
was
Alabama?
Nick's
That
first
was
year
Saban's
there.
first year there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
lost to ULM,
That was Nick's first year there. It was
Which I think
LSU.
they went like 6-6 or something. Like
and they
that.
got wins
No,
vacated.
7-5.
and then the next year won the
No,
SEC.
Yeah.
7-5, but they got 4 wins vacated.
Oh, really?
I just, hey,
I know
look,
that.
just a very, very, very short. Hey, Nick, just to show you how good he is. Imagine us going 7-5 here, and then winning the SEC the next year. Like that's what he did.
It's about to happen.
About to happen. And we're gonna get into that a little later, because me and Lloyd had a spirited debate on the phone today
Oh boy.
about
Oh boy.
all this recruiting debacle that people think is going on. It's not a debacle. I think people are overreacting.
Hey,
and
if you'd have
people,
won with me and Jack, we'll go out there.
huh?
If If you want to win with me and Jack, we'll go play.
Okay.
That's how you feel, huh, Lloyd?
Yeah, that's how he feels.
That's where you think
That's
it's at?
how he feels. That's what he thinks exactly. Because he thinks that Brian Kelly can't do it even though he's not giving him an opportunity. We're not going to get into this right now. We're not going to get into this right now because there's no reason to. Because we have our friend Thatcher who's coming in here in 3 minutes.
I don't know your point, Lloyd, but I would win.
Before, get the
Mr.
number,
5'9" over
get
here
the
is
stats
flat.
ready. Get the stats ready.
Okay. Well,
Get the stats ready. Because Lloyd's going off of pure emotion and fandom, and I cannot wait to just debunk everything he's saying. Don't you say it yet. We're not getting there yet. Right? But what I do want to get to, if you're not following our baseball bets, you probably should. Because
You're missing out on so much money.
Lloyd challenged me because I had one day where I did not put forth the effort that is required, that is expected of me to put up my bets to everybody who watches and follows and wants to be a part of our show. And I apologize for that. But since that day, I have gone out there and I've done my research and I've wrote down on pieces of paper and I take a picture of the paper and I send it to the boys and we post the pics. And look, you're not going to hit all the bets. If I hit all the bets, I wouldn't be doing the show. I'd be a sharp and I'd be really rich and I would be in Vegas and I'd be getting paid a lot of money to give people my bets. I don't do that. I do it for fun. I'm not an expert, but I have played the game. I have traveled the game. I have seen it. I understand kind of how the game works a little bit. And, so I dabble. And my dabbling has been pretty good. I don't have our overall record. And I don't know if it's it's over 500. I just don't know how much over 500 it is right now. But with our strategies and the way I've been doing it, I think yesterday I had put in 8 bets. 6 games, 2 of the games I had 2 bets in the game. Right? Or did I put in 7 bets? Anyway,
I went 5-3 yesterday.
8 bets. So I went 5-3 yesterday, right? Now I had a game. That's betting. It's betting. You have a game that happens, you lose one at the end, but then I won one in the bottom of the 5th. I'm a big first 5 guy. We talk a lot about the first 5 in the game. So I put my bets out again. Again, Mik'd15 is the promo code. Please download the app. Use the promo code, upload it, get a risk-free bet up to $1,500, and go ahead and join us in winning some money because we are having a lot of fun doing it. And I know people don't really want to watch baseball all the time.
Just watch the first 5.
The beauty of it is you only have to watch the first 5 because, listen, unless you're an avid baseball fan, these games get really long, and sometimes the bullpens aren't that great, and that's kind of when the game starts to get longer and longer because then you have pitching changes and you have matchups and you have all these things. Well, first 5, you can watch the starting pitchers pitch, and after that, the game's over and your bet's in and you can go. Now, if you want to keep going, you want a live bet, that's great too. A lot of cool games in there today. There's a lot of
good cool stuff.
A lot of interesting matchups. Some things I'm kind of going against the grain. I have the Ohtani and Kopech. I like that matchup. Now Ohtani's obviously pitching and he's going to hit. They are both very good. They both have sub-3 ERAs. I have the over. I believe the Miami St. Louis. I have over 4.5. Now that one I will explain. Alcantara is pitching for the Marlins. He does not give up many runs. I do understand that. He's an ace. But I believe that they will score off of the starter for St. Louis. And I think they'll score a few, and all St. Louis needs to do is score.
That's the only one I didn't take. The juice was so against you that I was just like,
No, it's plus money, right? Yeah, I got plus money.
I know that's what I'm saying. The juice was so against what you were saying.
And look, I went against the grain on that one, but
that's what makes me nervous.
St. Louis is good, and they've been playing pretty well. And it's Miami actually has a kind of an electric lineup. Like they have the ability to score some runs. I think they're going to score runs, and I think that the Cardinals are going to scratch a couple across to stay with them, and I think they're going to get over it. That's my reasoning of that. Atlanta at Philly, I have the under on that because I think Harper's out. I think that it's gonna end up, and Kyle Wright's a good pitcher, even though I did take him deep in AAA a couple times. No big deal. That's a Vandy guy.
A little flat.
It's a Vandy guy. Oh no.
Oh, just good on good.
Used to be flat, and not flat, and now he's like 98
augmented
with super sync. Yeah, not flat. Not flat. Not flat, but you get the fastball up a little bit. It does flatten out, and then the ball can go a long way if you get to it. But those are my bets. Is Thatcher in? Is Thatcher in the chat? Thatcher? Did he?
Yes, go.
Boom. Okay, Thatcher is
Why did
in.
Lloyd not know what you were talking about?
I don't know.
I thought you
Lloyd-
said, or the stats in the chat.
Okay.
And I was like, okay.
Lloyd's drunk, I think.
No.
that cup good? What's
It's
I'm
okay,
not
listen.
drunk. I would like to be.
I
I
knew
will
you
be by the end of the show if we can get Bianco on here. I just DM'd him and I FaceTimed him a couple of times. What are we
Jesus
doing,
Christ.
boys?
Okay, we're gonna
But-
take a 30-second break. We're gonna regroup.
Weird
We're
about
gonna
Thatcher
get Thatcher on here.
Thatcher confirmed white.
Okay, that is good. I'm glad. Okay, so 30-second break on that note, and we're gonna meet Thatcher. We're gonna get this set up, and then we'll come back. You're watching Miked Up, brought to you by Sterling Automotive. Here in Louisiana, we like to have a great time. If you're looking to be the life of the tailgate, check out Dos Equis mini kegs. Hold 16 beers, easy to tap, easy to pour, easy to chill. Check it out. Become a life of the party. You're welcome.
At Rejuvame, we specialize in medically monitored hormone replacement therapy, giving you the energy you need for all life's challenges. We can help get your day started. 1, 2, 1, 2. We can help with those long work days, and we can even make your nights longer.
Y'all got me?
Rejuvame. Let us be your age-defying clinic. Restore me, refuel me, Rejuvame.
Today's show is brought to you by Dos Equis. Here in Louisiana, we like to have a great time. If you're looking to be the life of the tailgate, check out Dos Equis mini kegs. Hold 16 beers, easy to tap, easy to pour, easy to chill. Check it out. Become a life of the party. You're welcome. Welcome back to Mic'd Up. We are brought to you by Sterling Automotive. I am excited to have a conversation with our next guest. He is UCLA transfer Thatcher Hurd. Thatcher, welcome to the show, man. Welcome to, actually, you're not in Louisiana, but welcome to Louisiana.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.
Of course, man. Hey, so what went into this decision? Was LSU always on the top of your list? Was it always places you wanted to go, or did the new hiring of
Or did Miked Up put you over the edge?
yeah, or Mic'd Up? You said you watched us. You've seen our podcast before. I appreciate that. First of all,
Yeah.
two-part question. One, how have you seen the show? And two, what was in your decision to come to LSU?
I've seen Mic'd Up by just checking out some YouTube
There we go.
and saw you playing the show in a little bit, and so recognized the name. I checked it out, and then with transferring, once I knew I was thinking about transferring because I want to play in the SEC. That's why I transferred in the SEC. And when I made that choice, I knew the first school I would want to go to was LSU. And then I've known Coach Jay forever from Arizona. And then, I went to a U of A camp. So I've known him forever. I have a relationship with him. And then kind of start getting into the recruiting process. I take a visit to LSU. It's obviously unreal. And then
When did you come here?
about 2 weeks ago,
Oh,
I came and
nice.
checked it out.
Nice.
Yeah,
Where did they take you out to eat? Did you get a good dinner?
yeah, we got some steaks, and then we checked out Alex Bach, went around the school, and then I saw Death Valley, and that was the craziest thing
Yeah.
I've ever
Well,
seen.
if you think it was crazy now, wait till the fall. Wait till the
Yeah,
fall.
no, I'm not. I'm not I wasn't a college football guy.
Well, you
Now
will
I
be
am,
now.
for sure.
You will be now. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's a fun time. It's an energetic time. You said you had a good relationship with Jay. Did Jay recruit you out of high school to go to Arizona?
Yeah, he did.
And obviously UCLA has, they have a history of developing pitchers. You obviously had Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer and a bunch of those guys that, have been, really good and have really good professional careers. So, I mean, obviously I understand that decision. But you said going to the SEC, was that the main reason why you wanted to transfer? Is because you realized, like, hey, the talent, the quality of players, and the competition that we get to see every day in the SEC doesn't really compare to the Pac-12, or was there other reasons that kind of went into it?
Honestly, it was just I want to play in the SEC and everything that comes with that. It's kind of a no-brainer. Consensus, the best conference in college. And then at LSU, they pack Alex Box every night, 12,000 people. So that was a no-brainer for me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask you a quick one real quick, because obviously you got recruited by Jay Johnson to Arizona. What was the difference between his recruiting pitch for Arizona and then the recruiting pitch for LSU, if you're able to divulge that information?
Yeah, it was a little different coming out of high school because I was catching too. So,
So you caught
your own game.
In high school, you were a catcher and then closed out the game, huh? Didn't you?
Yeah, sometimes. I was pretty much mainly a catcher up until my senior year. So, I mean, that'd be sweet if I still caught. I couldn't hit it all. So, yeah.
Hey, if you're a good receiver, I think that's all they really care about now in baseball, right?
Yeah, right, and throw a little bit.
Yeah.
But that'd be sweet. But I'm happy I just pitch now. I love it. But that was probably the main difference because I was being recruited kind of as a two-way at the time.
Okay. Wait, so talk to us. You said you visited about 2 weeks ago. Were you waiting on the pitching coach hire to happen, or did you kind of know it was just for whatever reasons you had waiting to make the announcement?
Yeah, so that was I definitely wanted to see who they were going to hire. I mean, I was looking at some other schools too. I was kind of just going through a whole process and trying to be thoughtful with it. And then I knew Coach Johnson was going to hire someone really good. And then obviously he hired just about the best pitching coach.
That's what I was about to ask you. What is your I think he is. I don't know.
It wasn't even on the market, really.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was available. But when you saw that he hired that guy, did he kind of hint at the possibility of that guy being hired? Or did he just kind of tell you, hey, we have our sights set on some really legit pitching coaches. You just have to trust that we're going to put you in the right situation? Or did he kind of hint at who he was going to hire?
Yeah, so he kind of told me some of the candidates that he was looking to hire, and then I just knew he was going to hire someone really good. And then he told me it was Wes Johnson, and I was like, "Oh, dude, this is a no-brainer." And then
let me sign now.
Yeah, for sure. And I talked to Wes. We had a really good talk about kind of like the development plan going forward and what we'd work on, and then it was just a layup from there. And then so I talked to Wes, and then I called Coach Johnson right after, and I said, "I'm in."
Oh, I love that. Okay, so you're a freshman this year. Obviously, you have electric stuff. People are talking about, during your draft year, you're projected top 5, possibly a 1 overall pick. Your freshman season was cut short due to a back injury. Talk to me a little bit about that. How are you feeling? How's the recovery? Are you going to be 100? Are you back to 100%? Are you close to 100%? Kind of give me a recap on your recovery and where you're at now physically.
Yeah, I'll be ready. I'm going to be ready to go. Starting up throwing, so that's obviously really huge, and I missed that. And then, so this summer I'm just rehabbing and getting strong again. Obviously I'm a ways out from throwing in the game, but I got time. But I really turned a corner the past couple of weeks with it, so I'm feeling really good and ready to go.
Nice. As far as for the roster of guys that's here or still here, Do you have any familiarity with any of these guys, or is this going to be you walking into a brand new situation, brand new people, and kind of having to hit the ground running and learn it on the go?
Yeah, a little more of that. Brand new situation. Obviously, Baton Rouge is completely different from where I live, but I really
Just a
liked
bit.
it.
Just a
And I
tad.
think that'll be
What's
fun.
the temperature where you
Yeah.
are right now?
Probably like 65 degrees.
Where are you from originally? Are you from California?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've lived in California pretty much my whole life.
Yeah, you can't listen. You're
Hey.
not going to be able to beat that weather over here. It's going to be hot.
Yes.
It's not going to be as pretty. It's going to be a little humid. But
The rosin bag is your friend.
yeah, what we don't have in weather, we make up in
People.
entertainment and people and food and a good time. So I think it equals out.
Yeah, and look, man, I'm just going there. I'm going there to play baseball. So,
Yeah, there you
and I
go.
like playing when it's hot. And,
There you go.
It's baseball weather, so it's perfect.
Have you thought a little bit? Obviously, I know you're a freshman. Were you highly touted out of high school? Like, did you have an opportunity to go out of high school to sign, and then you turned down some money, or did you kind of start developing a little bit later in your senior season, and then kind of make that next jump as a freshman?
Yeah, so like with all the draft stuff coming out of high school, it all started going into my senior year is when it all started, and I kind of started building up from there. And so I had the draft coming at me pretty good my senior year, so I had to make a choice, and then I decided it's best for me to go to college because my thing with that is I go to college and spend 3 or 4 years there, come out of college, and I'll be ready to go mentally, physically, stuff-wise, and 12 to 18 months, I want to be in the big league. So
Love that.
obviously that's the fast track, but that's my goal.
Well, the beauty of baseball now and the way the minor league system works is they're not waiting for guys anymore, right? Like they push you through the system, and if you're ready and you're being effective and you're showing that you're capable at a certain level, they're just gonna keep pushing you
It's
up.
almost like any and everybody's on the fast
No
track,
doubt,
too.
no doubt. Which is a good thing for you, and it's a good thing for all the guys coming up. When I was coming up, it was, hey, you have to pay your dues and do your time in like A ball and AA and AAA and show that you can do it for a full season. Now it's like, hey, you know what? This guy can show. He's shown he's done it for a little while. Let's move him up and keep pushing it. So I think that that's the right mindset, obviously. And you go to college, and you play here for 3 years. You have the ability to say, hey, you know what? Maybe I would have been in high A after high school. Like after that 3-year point, well, now I'm going to be drafted in the first round as a pitcher. I'm going to start in high A and be in AA after my first season. And so you're going to be in the same spot, if not better, after your experience in college. Plus, college is a lot more fun. You know what I mean? Like the A ball.
It's a lot better than riding through Billings, Montana.
Dude, the A ball bus rides are not fun. And being in college and being able to play, like, listen, you're not going to be in the facilities that you're in now until you get to the big leagues, right? Like, maybe some AAA facilities, but
LSU.
enjoy it. What?
LSU facilities aren't so bad.
That's my point.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you come to LSU, like, you're not going to have facilities like that until you get to maybe AAA or the big leagues. But go ahead, you got something?
Yeah, so talk to us. You're not draft eligible. You visited. You are now pretty much committed and coming through. What's your timeline going forward? When will you be here? What do you have going forward through the summer, getting into the fall?
Yeah, just like I said, I'm building up again, ready to get back on the mound. I got to get stronger. Just keep getting better every day until I show up at LSU. I think that's in August. So
Like when school starts, right? Like you show up for like orientation or whatever.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
When is that? When is the timeline of you getting back on the mound? Is that just kind of TBD, like to be determined, or like do they have you on a plan of saying, hey, we want you thrown on the mound at a certain time?
Yeah, I just think with the throwing program progression,
Yeah.
like as that continues to work out and go forward. So I'm still pretty early. I'm like week 1 into it, so I'm early into it. But yeah, it'll be in the fall.
Obviously, you're a baseball fan. You watch college baseball. You have watched LSU play. You've seen the guys on the team. Are you excited to be able to play with the type of guys that you're about to play with? As in, like Dylan Cruz has the potential to go number 1 overall in the draft next year. You have the potential to be possibly a number 1 overall pick in 2024. So the lineup and the rotation is pretty stacked. Are you excited to play with these guys? I know you said that obviously the SEC's competition is number 1 bar none, but the guys on your team, I think that being able to play with those types of guys is pretty special. Are you looking forward to that?
Yeah, no, 100%. Like you said, it's really special. Like players like that, like Dylan Cruz and Trey Morgan, the guys that are transferring in, like you don't get to play with those guys a lot. So I'm happy I'll be on the team with them. So super excited about that. They're special players, and I'm just excited to get after it with them for sure.
Now, obviously, UCLA and LSU have a little bit of history going back and forth between. There was a regional when LSU had to travel to UCLA and go to that Cracker Jack field that y'all have back in California. Were you in the building whenever that happened, and did you ever see yourself as a Tiger whenever you were watching it? Were you watching strictly through a UCLA lens?
When was that?
When was it?
That was
2015?
I don't know. When was that?
Big sports show we got going on.
Big sports show over here.
Really
I don't
got
know.
it together.
Around 2016.
But no, I
I think it was 2015.
I didn't watch
I think
that.
so. No, I didn't watch it. Not a big college football guy.
Yeah.
No, it's college baseball.
I know, but just doesn't.
He's got big Cali
Yeah,
vibes.
went to the-
Yeah. I mean, dude, tell me this: is every door open in your house right now? Because the last time I went to California and where you are,
Yeah.
everybody had every door open. They were just drinking red wine at like 4 p.m.
No, that's so funny. Yeah, we have every door open.
That's so perfect. God damn it, dude.
That's
that
a
place
good
is
pickup.
awesome.
I didn't even notice that.
I promise you, when you come here, the doors will not be open.
No. I mean, the door's open,
But they won't be
but
open.
they ain't open.
They won't be open. No. Have you talked to anybody about like what to expect? Obviously, we're giving you some tidbits about Louisiana and what to expect and the fun. Do you know any of the guys on the team? Like, I know obviously you're a freshman, so summer ball is a big thing, a big time where you kind of play against guys or with guys. I think we have 1 or 2 guys from California. Do you have any type of relationship as far as like the summer ball circuit in high school with any of the guys on the team?
No, honestly, like, I'm kind of going in there, and it's all going to be completely new. So that'll be cool. Like, that'll be something exciting and new, and then get to meet everyone. But yeah, like I said, I'm not really familiar with anyone there right now. I know Raiselman a little bit. Played with him briefly a couple years ago. And obviously, he's a completely different animal now. He's just turned himself into
he came on the
You
show early
noticed.
on.
Beast.
You've noticed.
Yeah, he came on the show early on and said, yeah, I used to throw 90, now I throw 99. So a little different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
little different.
Obviously, the way that I'm wondering a little bit about the recruiting pitch and what Jay Johnson told you, because the way that you were brought in and how he's turned over the staff, is there a little bit of an expectation for you to be able to be ready game 1, week 1? Or are they going to bring you along, obviously due to a little bit of an injury history and kind of a bizarre injury? Did you have any of those conversations where it's, hey, we're going to bring you along slowly? Or is it, hey, you've seen the way he's reshaped the pitching staff through the portal already. He's brought in, I think, 3 pitchers, including yourself. So was that part of the conversation where he was asking or telling you, like, hey, I expect you to be a weekend guy, Friday night guy? Has any of that been on the table?
Yeah, I was super upfront with him. Like, he knew that I was hurt, and the injury I had, it's a pretty common rotational sports injury. So it'll
Sort of
heal,
self-out.
and then it'll go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And so, but he's been super adamant on that. He'll bring me along as slow or fast as I need to be, which I really appreciate. And so yeah, my timetable, I'll be ready to go week 1. So
Love that.
yeah, but he has emphasized that he's not going to rush it along or anything, and he'll do whatever he said, whatever I need to do to be healthy. So, and I'll be ready to go.
Are you getting Omaha bus vibes already from Coach Jay Johnson?
Yeah, I mean, I think you have to, right?
No
like,
doubt.
with this team, and I'm right there with them. We want to go win the damn thing. So
I love that. Win the damn
Excited.
thing.
Win
I
the
love
damn
that.
thing.
Listen, I appreciate you so much for coming on. I have one more question before we let you go. Obviously people are watching, and college baseball is growing, and it's a sport that people are starting to pay a lot more attention to. Is getting a lot more coverage. But with that being said, being on the West Coast, a lot of people don't get to watch a lot of the UCLA games and haven't been able to see you play. Explain to the viewers and listeners right now what type of pitcher you are, what type of pitcher you're trying to become, and your goals for the next couple of years.
yeah. So for me as a pitcher, I go right after guys, trust my stuff, and then my goals at LSU were get better every day, stay healthy, and win it all.
Love that. Can't get much better than that.
That's about as simple and
Simple,
straightforward
sweet.
as
Hey, this is what I'm
possible.
trying to do. This is what we're going to do, and I'm going to make it happen. I love that.
I love it.
Thatcher, man,
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you coming on. I'm looking forward to having you on campus. I'm looking forward to meeting you in person. I'm looking forward to showing you around campus, maybe during some football.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe come down. We'll come stop by a
We'll run
tailgate
into
or
you
two.
on a Saturday
Yeah,
or
we'll
two,
run
or-
into you on a football game or something. I'll see you around the field. I've been fortunate enough to be able to build a little bit of a relationship with Jay, so I'm there a lot. But man, I'm looking forward to having you over here. You have an electric arm. You've got the right mindset. It seems like you have, a level head on you, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you, man. So love to have you back on whenever it gets closer towards baseball season or when you get on campus. But until then, man, good luck in the recovery, and we'll see you in a few months.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. It's been awesome, and I can't wait to get down to Baton Rouge.
Can't wait to have you, man. I'll buy you your first Louisiana meal.
Come to the LSU Southern game.
All right, man.
All right, bro.
Sounds
Take
good.
it easy.
See you.
All right, fellas, take it easy.
Later.
See ya.
It's like 4:30 there.
I know, it's good times.
I like him.
He's great.
I love it.
I love it.
I like the Cali vibes.
He's got like that Friday night Stonewall mentality.
Yeah, nothing bothers me, but like I kind of have that. Like I kind of have that.
little bit of a fuck you to me.
It's like, and I hope he doesn't take this in a slight if you're still listening to it. It's like that, like slightly like weird, but he's about it. I like that. I like.
I mean,
that.
dude, I was watching. I've seen like some of his highlights, obviously, and watched him pitch, but like he throws upper 90s.
with attitude.
Yeah, and like with an electric breaking ball, hard slider, like he's got
And a curveball.
and a curveball.
He's a 4+ pitcher. Like he's in total command of everything that he throws. I threw out the Mark Pryor kind of comparison, and that's exactly what it feels
Nice,
like.
smooth.
Very smooth, and every pitch he throws can be a strike.
Yep.
It's not like I don't have to rely on this to get you out. It is I can throw anything in any count, and he's challenging Garrett Cole's strikeout record as a freshman.
Yeah.
He threw. I think it was through 5 innings. He had 12 Ks. They yanked him. The UCLA record for Garrett Cole, I believe, or no,
13 as a freshman.
13 as a freshman. So he obviously would have been able to get there. He has electric stuff.
I mean, look, his numbers tell it all, right? Like he only had
This
9.
is a huge get.
Huge get. He's a Friday night guy.
Yeah.
He appeared,
Arguably the biggest one so far.
no doubt,
Yeah, I don't think people realize that. Like
Yeah.
the biggest thing that LSU was struggling with was
a top of the line rotation.
Not only
So
because
they
of
just need a guy.
Yeah, not only because of what he is and what this team needed, just literally off of where he is as himself too.
No doubt.
Arguably the biggest one.
I mean, look, if you look at his numbers, right? He appeared in 9 games last year. Obviously, he had the back injury, cut his season short. He had a 1.06 ERA. He had 34 innings pitched, and he punched out 48 guys.
Yeah.
So that's really kind of
walked how many?
it's kind of that I don't know. I do not have that. 6 of those outings resulted in saves.
Obviously, it
So
wasn't.
he
that
wasn't
many,
starting the entire
and
time.
obviously, it wasn't that many
Freshman.
walks.
Yeah, right.
Because he still had a 1.
He had a 1.
ERA.
So he, I think those numbers kind of tell you the whole story there. And man, that's it. He's
10
in
walks.
10
There
walks.
you go.
Cool.
Enormous get right there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, everybody's
And he's excited. Like, he's excited. He's also not getting drafted, so he's not
He's here.
draft eligible.
He's here.
so he's here.
He's here.
It's coming. It's happening.
And that's the most exciting part, doesn't it? I
2
mean,
years.
obviously, it felt like a little bit whenever we had the Creighton guy on. He was obviously had eyeballs for the draft. And there's nothing. That's no slight
Nothing
toward
wrong,
him.
right.
No, he wants to go get paid. Go get paid. But this guy feels like you just got a front of the line Friday night starter. As excited as everybody was for Tommy Tanks, this is kind of the exact same get that you get. That this guy could be your Friday night guy.
And they're both eligible for 2 more years.
Yep.
If we can give the ball
Hey,
to
Tommy, if you're listening to me,
Come on the show.
I mean, he's coming. Let's nail it down. We've been chatting, me and Tommy.
What's your feel?
He's gonna come on. He just, whenever he feels comfortable enough to come on. I think it's summertime, boys. He's got a lot of stuff going on. He may be at summer ball doing some stuff. Like
Is he at the Team USA thing?
I don't know that actually.
You know who is?
At Dylan Cruz.
And
Trey
Morgan.
Yep.
You see that picture of them together? Recruiting sex. I mean, that is, put that picture on the, sorry, but put that thing on the wall. Like, that's what you put in the elevator. It's like, look at these two for Team USA, both sophomores.
That's
Dylan
fun times.
was there last year as a freshman.
Do we know what
Yeah,
the Team USA schedule is this year? Can we look that
they
up?
posted it. They're actually playing other countries this summer.
I know, but a
Can we
couple
bet
years.
on it?
Huh?
Can you bet on that?
I
Why?
doubt it.
Yeah, I highly doubt that.
Dude, they don't have. You think that these sports books
That
are
would be
going to go?
unbelievably hard to create a line.
They have no way of creating lines for
It
that.
would be unbelievably
Let's
hard.
text David.
No, he does not know that. They do not allow you to bet on that.
You could bet on the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, because all those guys are professional baseball players.
You could bet on college baseball now.
Yeah, because you have a track record of what's going on.
Put all that shit in the same algorithm, smush
Oh,
it
you're right,
together.
because all
Did
Team
you
Korea-
have
Team
a
Korea.
track record on Uranus Cespedes before you ever got
Right.
to Team?
you know who Team Korea?
Cuba?
You know who Team
No.
Korea's ace is
He
or no?
loves to buy cars and get hit by horses.
You knew that after,
Yeah.
not before.
And took my A2000 glove because I traded for him because I felt bad because his glove was taped up, and then
There
I
you go.
realized he was
You didn't know.
Cespedes. He
Wait.
got $75 million.
There you go.
Maybe his glove was taped up.
I never told you that story. So we played. When I played Team USA my sophomore year in college, we played in Japan in like the collegiate national tournament, right? So we're playing, and you have some teams like, really the top 4 teams were us, Japan, Chinese Taipei was okay, Cuba obviously, and Korea was okay.
Yeah, but there's guys on the team. Before you even tell the story, there's guys on the team where like they were these guys before you ever knew who they were.
Right, like you don't know who they are yet. Like they haven't defected.
They haven't defected, so they're not here yet.
Yeah, they haven't
So
defected to the United
Cuba's
States.
team had who on the team?
So when we
Aroldis
played,
Chapman's throwing 109.
right?
Oh.
So we played Japan semifinals. We played Japan in the semifinal game in Japan, sold out stadium, like super crazy. They love baseball out there.
Yeah.
George Springer,
Gene Hackman did that.
Springer grand slam first inning. We win 4-1. Right, so we win that game.
That's the only
4-1.
runs you scored?
Only runs we scored. Grand slam in the first inning, win 4-1. Go to the gold medal game, playing Cuba, and on this team you had Jose Abreu, Jonas Cespedes, the Gurriel brothers,
Both.
both
Four
Gurriel
big
brothers.
leaguers.
You had the guy from that went over to the Red Sox. Rusney Castillo.
He's actually in Long Island right now.
Is he?
Yeah.
Rusney Castillo got
Yeah.
a big deal. So all these guys are on that team, right? You cannot talk to the Cuban national team. Like they will not. They had their floor was full of armed guards because when they go to these tournaments, they all try to defect.
Yeah.
Because you can't get out of the country. So they all try to leave. Like there's a story they were playing in Canada one time. Middle of the game, all 3 outfitters jumped the fence and defected.
See.
Gone. Right? So
Dude, how many times do you think they're trying?
So they had security, all this stuff on the floor, so you could never get to the floor, you could never talk to them, could never do any of that, and so we go.
Bean and we're going. Whole bullpen's out. You're going the opposite direction.
Team fight.
But so they went, right? So we play them in the gold medal game. Jose Abreu, it's a homer, right? Solo homer. Winning 1-0. Now their starting pitcher was 6
Go
foot,
home.
6'6". He was 92 to 96 for the entire year. He threw 10 innings. 92, 96, 10 innings.
You're playing the Little League World Series.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. So we
didn't care
are
about pitch count.
it's
then.
1-0.
Get out there.
I told the story the other day. The guy hits you played with him, second baseman.
Roughneck Odor.
From Arizona State.
Dustin Pedroia.
Oh,
Red
Drew
Eyes.
Madden.
Drew Maggi. Oppo Taco ties the
Red
game in the
ass.
7th. Yeah, he's a firecracker, dude. Oppo Taco.
Drew's a party.
Yeah, he's fun. He is fun. 1-1. So we go into extra innings. We go into the 10th inning. And international rules, you have a guy on second base, and they are the home team. So we scored 2 runs in the top of the 10th. We're winning 3-1. Jose Abreu gets up to the plate, or they're whatever. They don't obviously bunt. They're down 2. The guy hits a ball that just misses a homer. Like, we catch it on the track. Guy tags up, gets to third base. One guy, there's 1 out, guy on third base. Next guy walks. First and third, 1 out. I'm in the outfield. I'm thinking, all right, just give me a sac fly here. We'll give up a run, get this guy out. 3-1 changeup, walk off 3-run homer. Jose Abreu hits 2 home runs, beats
How
us
old was
4-3. Oh, he defected not long after.
He defected at 26.
It wasn't like he defected because at that time they were United States and Cuba had the ability to, like, now the players were able to go. Like,
The Cold War is over.
They changed that rule. Whatever.
He has to
they
be
changed
around
the
your
law.
age, though, because he defected
Yeah,
at like
I
26.
think he's probably maybe a little older than me. So anyway, whole reason for the story
He's 55.
is we finished the game and now they want to talk to us. They won and now they can communicate. So we're talking to them. And bro, these guys don't have anything, right? Like, Cuba is just, it's a communist country. Like, you don't have anything. So this guy, who was one of their outfielders, Jonas Cespedes, had his glove. And his glove was, like, taped together so it wouldn't, like, the strings wouldn't fall apart. And we were given, as Team USA, the team, we were sponsored by Wilson. And so we got all brand new all new A2000 gloves. And obviously at LSU,
Milk cartons.
at LSU, we are a Rawlings team, so I could never use this glove. So I used my Rawlings glove, and so I go there, and I felt bad. I have a big heart, and so we were trading. The only thing he could trade me was a fighting necklace. I was like, oh, no problem, dude. So I gave him the glove. The next year, Jonas Cespedes defects, gets $72 million to come to the United States of America. And I'm like,
hey, man, look, I'm probably not going to use it either, but can I get my glove?
yeah,
back?
can I
You
get
ain't
that
using
back?
it.
Because you just made $200 million in your career in baseball, and
Well,
I felt bad, but I did not do that.
Not my fault.
Not my fault. I was happy for him, though. And then he bought, dude, the cars they have. I wouldn't be surprised if.
That's unbelievable.
No, I think Chapman was already here.
Yeah.
What year was it?
That was 2010.
Cool.
I don't know if he was
No,
here
I mean,
yet.
I think
He
that's
wasn't
right.
here. I don't think he was here yet.
I mean, the stories of them defecting are terrifying. Like, they have to.
Yes, Puig
Middle-
may have been there too, actually.
He was definitely still there.
Y'all got-
I gotta go. When I go back to my mom's house, I'm gonna get that whole roster
Line up.
and see who was in that team.
He was definitely
Dude,
still
imagine
there
the
at
people
the
that were sitting on the bench for that team.
time. I remember we had a game in double.
I made the all-tournament team though.
And you'll laugh at this one just because you mentioned him just now.
Good for you.
We had a
I did.
game.
I was very
we had
happy
game
with
And
in
give a glove
Chattanooga.
away.
Yep, and I gave
Mikey
it a
Philanthropist.
Hey,
Yep.
Chattanooga, beginning of the year. It was the first time we went there, so it had to be first.
Ooh,
month.
Chattanooga, great place to
Yeah,
be
it's a
at.
great place to play.
Yeah.
We go there. Puig's on this team too, by the way.
He's everywhere.
At this time, he hadn't made it up to the big leagues.
Wait, time out, pause. Have we gotten any contact with Drew Bianco?
Oh. No.
Bianco. I said Bianco. Nothing.
I texted him.
Nothing.
And I Instagram FaceTimed him.
All right. It's going to be a game time
And then
decision.
I
We'll
said,
see.
you fucker.
So wait, Puig's on this team. It's slightly cold outside. Like, it's not freezing. The wind's blowing. Chattanooga's got some elevation, so the wind's blowing a little bit. It's probably mid to low 40s. It's beginning of the year. Everyone knows it's cold there.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
They go out to take BP. He doesn't take BP. Game time comes. He's not in the lineup. We get the story after the game because we knew some players on their team. Puig straight up told him, I'm not playing. It's too cold. Don't put me in the lineup. Didn't play. Week and a half later, showtime.
What do you do?
Got called up.
Hey, here's my deal. Here's the
What do
thing.
you do? You got called up.
Here's the thing.
Straight up told him, I'm not playing. It's too cold.
Here's the thing, dude.
Somebody else-
only.
Put somebody else in there. I'm good.
They tell you
What's
when
the
you
temperature?
they tell you when you get drafted and you're coming up,
I'm
hey,
gonna
be a
be in the
good
dugout.
teammate, work hard, do these things. You're gonna get rewarded for it. Bullshit. Do not. If you're good and you have the elite talent, they don't care about the other stuff. Now, obviously, that comes back to bite him in the ass later on in his career, and he's not there in the big leagues anymore, and he's very talented. But look, I was a great teammate. I did everything right. It don't matter, dude.
Baseball
The game
don't
doesn't owe
you
you anything.
nothing.
And that's okay. I'm not bitter. That's the reality of it. Like,
Yeah, you're a has-been.
I'm a has-been.
They don't care about that at all.
They don't care about that. Now,
At all.
you get to a certain point.
What would you do if you were Puig's manager? He's like, no, it's too cold. You're like, all right.
Well, here's the thing.
Because he said, you know what? Look, this ain't my call. I'd call up top.
Yeah, I was like, his hands are tied there.
Okay.
So remember Mike Montgomery, the left-handed pitcher?
Yeah.
Big lefty.
Played as a Cub.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
last out. Yeah.
yeah, so he was a Royal. He was with the Royals. He was a pretty big prospect. Got traded from the Royal. He was in
He's
a
huge
trade.
prospect for him.
I want to say he was in the Will Myers deal.
He might have been. Had to have been, right?
What
How
a
else would
career
they
for
both-
him.
Yeah, Will's one of our buddies. So
Oh, there has to be Will Myers stories.
Oh,
left and
great
right.
Myers story.
great. Well, we used to work out. He was our agency, so we used to
I
work
don't
out.
know,
with
I
him
don't
all
know
the
if you call it workout, but yeah.
I was about to say, doesn't he?
Hey,
Will Myers looks
hey.
like, feels like me.
time. No doubt. He's a freak athlete.
Yeah, he is.
Like standing flat foot, can dunk, doesn't do anything, and like his hands are huge and strong. It's just unbelievable.
I
But
think he can palm that TV.
yeah, like unbelievable. Never
One
used
flip,
batting
and he's a
gloves.
goofball.
With wise.
Yeah,
I think he can
goofball.
palm the TV.
So Mike Montgomery,
I don't know about all that, bro.
Mike
I went on the camera.
Mike Montgomery gets traded, right? And so I'm playing with him in AAA. It's 2014. Our manager in 2014 is Charlie Montoya. Charlie Montoya is now the manager for the Toronto Blue Jays right now. Awesome guy, great manager. Everybody loved him. Like never really screamed at you, but like if things built up and he got in your ass, like you knew, okay.
One F word a year.
Yeah, like he'd have one or two blowups a year, but it wasn't because it was just trying to make a point.
Yeah.
I'm playing center field. Mike Montgomery, his first month of the season, has not gotten out of the fourth inning. Has not pitched past the fourth inning. Just walking guys, giving up some hits, not doing it. Pitch count, getting up. Early in the season, you're on a pitch count, out. First week in May, you have every single front office person at the game. You have, at the time, the GM was Friedman, who's now the president of the Dodgers, and all like assistant GMs, everybody was there. Mike Montgomery's on the mound. I'm telling you a story. You're not even paying attention to me.
I'm listening.
No, you're not. Why'd you open your mouth?
The Ole Miss parade is going strong.
Is he texting you?
Yeah.
What did he say?
He sent me videos from the bus.
Great. Love that. Okay. Anyway, before he gets on, if he does get on, I don't know if he's going to get on.
It looks like they're having a time.
Yeah.
It's looking fleeting, right?
Yeah. So he gets in there. Montgomery's pitching. All these guys are there. And first inning, up, down. Second inning, up and down. Third inning, up and down. I'm like, damn, he's feeling good today. Like, fourth inning, gets in and out the inning, walks a couple guys, gets out. Fifth inning, gets through. I'm like, oh, okay, quality start. Got through the fifth inning. I'm not paying attention. I look up at the scoreboard. I'm like, oh, no. He hasn't given up a hit. Not one hit today. He has one walk, no hits. I'm like,
What
oh,
inning
my
were you
God.
in?
This is crazy. So this is about after the fifth. Sixth inning, same thing, no hit. Seventh inning, no hit. Now he's at 89, 90 pitches. Takes him out, comes out the game after the seventh, gets a phone call from the front office guys who are at the game. Hey, he has to come out. He hasn't thrown this much all year. It's May. Like, it's the minor leagues. It doesn't matter. Get him out. And we're like, and Montgomery, now, if you know Mike Montgomery,
What's the
like,
score?
I don't even know. We're up by a decent amount.
Okay.
But, like, if you know Mike, he's arguing and he's, like, trying to stay in. And he's like, Charlie's like, listen, my hands are tied. You can't stay in. So you come out. He's like, finally says, okay. He sits on the dugout. At this time, they had, like, the walkie-talkies from the dugout. Because it's not the big leagues, on the phone. So to our bullpen, which is on the field. And we had some dudes in the bullpen, like Kirby Yates, those guys. Like, Kirby Yates is an all-star closer in the big leagues. Like, we had some guys. And so they called down. They tell a couple guys. They say, hey, we need two guys to start getting loose. All right. Guys are getting up. Inning ends. Hey, we want whoever it was. And they acted like they couldn't hear him. Like, what?
I fucking love baseball, guys.
What? And so they're like doing the signs and like, what? And they're just waiting and waiting. And Montgomery's sitting on the bench. And he's like looking around. He's like, fuck it. Took his glove and went to the mound. Once you get on the mound, you have to throw to the first batter. Now it's 3. Now you have to throw to 3 batters. But you have to throw the first at that time. So he's throwing his warm-up pitches. Charlie goes out there to try to take him out. Umpire says you can't take him out. He's got to throw the first guy. I'm in center field, and I'm like,
Oh my god.
oh, no. First two pitches, balls. I'm like, oh, no. He's going to give up a hit right now, and this is not going to be good. Like, he's going to blow this whole thing. Comes back, gets a ground at second base, gets out the inning. Charlie goes out to take him out, gets booed by the whole stadium. And Charlie's the nicest guy. Like, his hands are tied, right? He comes back in. And he slams his helmet down, shatters his helmet, like Charlie, our manager. So mad, whatever. The bullpen ends up closing the game out, getting the no-hitter. Finish the game, we're all laughing about, damn, Lonnie's an idiot. Like, can't believe he did that shit. Like, whatever. Go into the dugout. Everybody in the front office, in the manager's office, hey, Mike, we need you in there. Going in there, and you hear Charlie... And they're kind of wearing him out. And this is why Andrew Friedman's the best. Wearing him out. They walk out. Mike's like, whatever. Everybody's going out. Andrew Friedman's the last one out. He says, hey, hands are tied, but I love that shit. He slapped him on the ass and walked out. The GM of the team.
To Mike or to
Mike. Like, loves the competitiveness. Love that you wanted it, but, like, this is why we did it. Can't show up the manager, but... I love that you had that in you. Slapped him on the ass and left. That's why he's such a good GM. He played baseball at Tulane. That's why he's good. He's super smart, and he played baseball in college. And he understands both sides.
I didn't know he went to Tulane.
The coup de grace. If you get both sides of it, that really is what you're looking for.
But that was
that's what we've been.
Imagine being the bullpen, like they can't hear you. And
Dude,
that
just
year over there going like, "Are you?"
I got
fucking
so
with me
spoiled.
right now?
I got so spoiled.
How much fun was that?
In minor league baseball that year because that team, Mike Fontenot was on the team. He was my road roommate.
Oh, I forgot that was that.
That was 2014. That was the year that you hit the homer.
Yeah.
At the end of the year when we had the fantasy football draft.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was that year.
And
like when you got ejacked?
Huh?
Whenever you hit the foul ball? The one that was fair?
No.
Oh, this was the double extra innings.
No, actually, that was that same year.
Was it the same year?
No, that was the same year. 100% that was the same year. Yeah.
But yeah, so like that team was like, we were good. We're the number one team in the country in AAA. And we made it all the way to the AAA finals, like the World Series. I thought I got the game-winning hit. I'm on first base, like thought I just walked him off, and the guy gets thrown out at home. I should have gone to second, and I thought I won it, and I didn't go to second. And actually, I hit the base hit. I don't score.
Hey, speaking of that day,
they would have walked. They would have walked him.
You know what else it reminds me of? It has absolutely nothing to do with
No, they would have though. That's what would have happened.
It has absolutely nothing to do with baseball. You know what else happened that same day? You remember Tyler Saladino at all?
I know Tyler Saladino. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, we challenged him.
He's overseas right now, I think.
No, he's back home.
Is
he's
he?
In San Diego.
He's not playing anymore.
No, I think he's done. I think he's back because screwed up. That same day, if you knew anything like about him, like the dude is like super chill. He's as
California.
He's as Cali as they come. Super chill, but like don't dare him because he'll do it. So we dared him.
Don't know anything about that.
We dared him to do the gallon full like whole milk challenge. And he was like, all right, how much money's in the pot? I don't even remember how much it was. It was not a very significant amount.
Not enough.
Didn't matter. He tried it. Bro, this man was projectile throwing up before the game in the dugout.
Before the game?
Bro, it was like a half gallon he got through, and next thing you know, it's coming out.
Dude.
It's coming straight back. I'm like, oh my God.
You don't understand, like the baseball dugout story. So,
It's about
did I ever tell you the pee in the pants story?
No.
This is story time. So
yeah, I got one for you too. I got a great one too.
We play. This is my first year in Detroit, spring training. I don't know anybody yet, and Mike Pelfrey. Remember the name Mike Pelfrey?
Yes, indeed.
So Mike Pelfrey, he was in Chicago for a little bit.
Mm-hmm. I never met him, but I know him.
Mike Pelfrey is this 6'6" pitcher, huge clown, like funny as can be, nicest guy in the world, but like he'll just an idiot, right? But whatever. Been in the big leagues forever, made a bunch of money, starter. At the back end of his career, and he's like, whatever. So we're in spring training, and spring training is very relaxed, laid back. You go out and, especially early on in spring training, if you're starting, you play 5 innings and you're done, right? And then you get pulled and you wait, or you get 2 at-bats or whatever that is. So we're watching the game, and the pitchers usually wait till about the 5th inning, till guys are starting to come out, and they all go into the dugout. And then once you're done, you can leave, and you're done. You don't have to stay for the whole game. So we're sitting in the
You can leave the game?
Oh yeah, AAA. If you're starting and you get taken out the game, after the 5th inning, you can just go in, and you're done. You can leave the stadium. It's awesome. Yeah. Spring training's great.
Were you a leave guy or stay guy?
I was a leave guy. If I started, they took unless I was a rookie, but I wasn't. After I got past my rookie year, if they took me out. And if I was a rookie, the manager usually would say, okay, rookies have to stay for the whole game unless we tell you can go, right? And usually the manager would say, just go, because early in spring training you have so many guys in the dugout because you need the guys to replace the starters that they need room in the dugout anyway, so they just go.
But there are times that you were supposed to leave that's like, no, dude, they were having a good time in here.
No, because all the guys that you're probably having a good time with are
leaving. Yeah. Damn.
So we're sitting in the dugout.
So funny you say that.
And Pelfrey is not pitching today. But he's in full uni, he's turfs, and he's standing up on the
First
the
step.
fence, whatever, just like this, watching the game, and we start talking about, pissing your pants, something whatever. And he was like, "I'll piss my pants right now." And
No way.
We're wearing gray pants, long gray pants. He goes, "I'll piss my pants right now." No, you won't. Yeah, how much money do you give me? So we gathered up however many people were in there. I think it ended up being $2,000 total.
I'd piss my pants for $2,000.
And
100%.
So he goes in there, and he's watching the game, and he just starts pissing in his pants. Gray pants.
Yeah.
So you see it going down his pants. It's long pants going into his turfs. And he's just going into his turfs. He takes his turfs out and dumps out the pee outside on the warning track, on the dugout. And he just puts them back on, and he finishes the inning. He waits till the inning is over with to leave. And so he's watching the whole inning with piss in his pants. And everybody is dying laughing. Manager's laughing. Everybody's laughing. He gets up out of it and walks to the dugout, pee all in his pants, in the gray pants. It was awesome.
Piss dog.
Hey,
Piss dog.
Speaking of that one, we started the year. This was the first 2 series of the year.
It was awesome.
We started the year, and Chris Sale was rehabbing, so he didn't start the year in the big leagues. Stayed with us at a first homestand.
How many jerseys did he cut?
Oh, this is before the cutting fiasco.
Okay.
Stay with us it's funny because we actually have a friend that saw the cutting fiasco happen.
We
in
did.
person. Anyway, he stayed with us for the first homestand, right? On the road, he was going to pitch. He pitched in Durham.
Oh, that was the game that what you're telling you right now?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's not his story though. It's a story about somebody else. So he pitched in Durham, and it was probably through
Sunday game, 5:00. When you get to 5:00, shadows in Durham, you can't see anything.
I'm telling you,
you can't see anything.
This pitching performance was the most
And you have
ridiculous.
Chris Sale on the
Yes.
bump?
He threw 3 innings. He struck out 8
4 innings.
people.
4 innings.
Was it 4?
11.
11 Ks. He gave up 1 hit, and the 1 hit was a swinging bunt from a righty.
Yeah.
And now when I tell you he struck out 11, there wasn't every swing was missing by 2 feet.
Hey,
They
I
weren't
barreled a
even
ball
close.
foul over the first base dugout. I barreled it, and I was
Wait,
happy.
you were playing each other?
Yes.
Yeah.
I fouled
So
it off.
Sale's
I was happy.
rehabbing-
I was
Sale's
happy.
rehabbing in AAA. Mikey's on the team. We're in Durham playing against them.
So they circled you
Who
a
was
lot.
the- who
He's
was
a
the-
big leaguer.
Who was no. This is before Mikey got into the big
Yeah,
league.
I was my rookie.
Who
It
was the
my 14,
one?
my
Who
first
was
year.
the one big leaguer y'all had who was the Latin guy, switch hitter, had a whole lot of time in the big leagues too, and he happened to be on the team that year.
Alexi Castillo. The
No,
shortstop.
not Alexi. It was a different guy.
Roughneck Odor.
No, it wasn't Alexi. It was
Switch hitter. God, I forget his name. He was in the big leagues for a good amount of time too.
wow.
Really good hitter, a really good hitter. Lloyd, I'm serious. When I tell you there was dudes were missing balls by 2 feet, it wasn't even close.
Wasn't close.
So he throws this game. He was done. He wasn't going to pitch again for us. His next start was going to be in the big leagues, but he insisted on staying. So
How much fun. I'm playing Madden on
no,
Rookie
legit.
League.
He was like, dude, this bus rides are great. I'm staying. I ain't going anywhere. So we go from Durham to Norfolk, Virginia. Right, 3 games there. He ain't playing. So by game 2, He's got this idea.
Hey, Norfolk, Virginia stinks.
This is probably the
Stadium's
worst. This is
awful.
probably the worst place in the league. One of the worst. One of the bottom 3. He's like, game 2 there, clubhouse sucks. Clubby
is
there.
the worst
The way
clubby
Clubby there sucks.
in the world. I want to punch him
So
in the
we're
face. every
all
time I
just
went.
pissed off and like
His name?
just.
Huh?
What's his name?
I don't even remember.
They've changed
probably
it. Now
changed
the
it
other
now,
one stinks
yeah.
too.
Hey,
Come on the
look.
show.
So we're all
No.
just pissed off every day in
messed
the
that up, too.
clubhouse, right? Game 2.
Fuck that up.
Game 2, we're in the clubhouse talking shit about everything, and all of a sudden, guy playing first base, dude named Dan Black, big.
Oh, I
goofy,
remember.
Big
him.
goofy
Oh,
lefty.
DB.
You so stupid. A big goofy lefty, or like big dude, right? But he could hit, like he could just hit straight up. I don't know how else to say he could hit. He looks at him, he goes, Dan, you know what? I'll give you $500 today if you play with no underwear, no anything. All you get to wear is jersey, pants, and cleats. No socks. No sliders, no undershirt. And Dan looked at him. Didn't get drafted. When he got drafted, he didn't get paid much. He was still under minor league contract, so he was not getting paid much. Dan was like, $500? Hell yeah, I'll do that. So we're all like, game on. We can't wait. So once again, Dan's a good hitter. Game goes by, Dan's not on base. We're like literally, everybody's on the top step like, please get a hit. Oh my God, please get a hit. Finally, his last at bat, I don't remember if he singled or walked, but he gets on first. And we're all like, oh, this is it. Please have to slide. Norfolk's field sucks, too. The field sucks.
Yeah.
Like, it's hard as shit.
Hard dirt.
Oh,
It's
my
miserable.
God. It's like sliding on concrete. We're like, please have to slide. So we're all just hoping, like, the next day, just please hit a ground ball. Just make him have to slide.
Roll
a second.
one over.
Sure, Miho, double in the gap. So Dan's going to have to score. So we're all watching. Yeah, and it's literally balls and chains one way, everything going on. Bro, this man has to slide at home. He slides feet first, scores, save. As soon as he stands up, bro, like his entire shin on his pants, red. We're like, oh, no. He's like, give me my money as soon as he got that time. No one cared about the game. Everybody's just like, give me my money. You have to pay
That's
him up.
what you do in
That's
minor
what
leagues,
happens.
dude. You have to try to, like, you do things to entertain yourself, and you make bets, and you just do stuff to make. That's what makes that, like, that's what I miss most about
How
playing
could you
baseball.
not? That is like myarena.com. That is exactly what I would
Yeah.
do that every day. If you give me a ham sandwich and a dugout,
Dude,
I would do it until I was 50.
We spent the whole day. We was like, "Hey, could Dan bat in all 9 spots? Like, we got to get him on the bags today. Like, he has to get on.
Balls and
We have to
chains.
see him slide."
Red.
Man played a whole
Ah.
game, no underclothes.
No
Zero.
underclothes. And slid. Double slid. It's unbelievable.
And he didn't have the major league pants. You know, like as y'all were talking
Oh
about. a
no,
couple
no, no! Dan
episodes
was a
ago.
bad. Dan was a bad uni guy, so he literally had the
Bad
pants
body.
Oh, just
sitting
bad.
right here on top
Oh.
of the ankle. Like, it's just
Hey,
not good.
Little
so
league.
funny.
Oh, God,
so,
not good.
Talking about the not wearing anything. Funny stories. Like, obviously, we didn't anticipate having story time. I hope people are enjoying this because we thought Drew was going to come on the show. Obviously, he's
He's a party.
having
It's okay.
fun right now.
We
It's
understand.
okay. I don't want him to do it, but this story that I'm about to tell you, Lloyd, is right up your alley. So I'm gonna wait till you're done.
You want to hear I pulled up the Collegiate National schedule like 30 minutes ago.
Oh yeah, well I do want to hear that actually.
So they have the training camp until the 4th. The 4th's the last day. Then they'll they make the roster out of the 50.
Oh, so they do the trials
so
again.
right now they have 50 guys there right now.
They
They're
used
doing
to
the
not. They
camp.
stopped doing that for a little bit, and now they're doing the
Yeah,
trials.
So this week they have like the 50 guys there. They're gonna make a roster out of. They call it training camp. So then they play the 9th through the 13th, 1 game a day.
Who are they playing? Oh, each
They're
other.
They're playing in the Netherlands. They play Japan.
In the Netherlands?
Yeah, Japan, Italy, Cuba, the Netherlands, and then Croatia, Caracas, whatever the fuck.
Caracas?
Yeah.
Or Curacao.
Curacao.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Curacao.
yeah.
You've never
Nah.
listened to a Lil Wayne song in your life? No
Didi
ceilings?
Gregorius, baby.
Didi Gregorius. There's
Little
a lot,
League,
a lot of good
Colorado
players from
Curacao.
Curacao. They're going to the Netherlands. Netherlands
Andrew
are
Jones.
great. First of all, everybody that you meet from the Netherlands speaks 5 languages.
Like fluent.
It's also because the city's called Harlem.
Well, he don't speak the English yet.
Who?
Curacao.
No, so Curacao.
Croatian.
Help me!
Curacao.
So you're going. So they go.
Curacao.
So they go to the Netherlands. Hey,
Morons here.
hey,
And we're over here.
hey! The year before I went, Mikey gives them. They went to Amsterdam.
Been there, done that.
Have you?
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if they ran into the annual Tiger Woods, Chuck, and Michael Jordan trip. wonder if
to
they're
Amsterdam.
Could you imagine? Could you put somebody worse, like Micah Gibbs, into that foursome? Do you want your swing speed? Like, brother, no.
Hey, what do you do when you approach the ball
There
on
will
the
be no
on a par
approaching
five?
the
How do
swing
you
speeds going
draw?
on here.
How do you make that little low draw? How do you do that? Make the runner
Yeah.
flight the drive. Show me how to do
I
that.
fucked the girl at Denny's. That's how.
Okay, so Netherlands 9th to the 13th. Then where?
That's it.
They play one tournament. They play 7 games
All
for the
in.
whole summer.
1, 2, 5 games.
For the whole summer.
Yeah,
What are they playing again?
It says this camp and then the 5 games.
That's
It's
the
on-
whole. What?
it's
Why would
on-
you do
That's
that?
the only schedule they have on the website on their US.
They've got-
There got to
Dude.
be something
They'll
else.
probably
Well,
update it as
we
it
played
goes.
20-something games.
Yeah, it'll probably update as it goes.
We played.
It's a round robin.
Funny thing, we played. Actually, went to high.
We
It
got to
was
think
not-
COVID's still like semi thing, so maybe they can't get all the countries to agree yet.
Maybe,
Wait,
but
what
we
country
played.
is
Korea
that?
came in and we played them in a 5-game series in Korea, or in the United States in the Cary, North Carolina, which is
Yeah.
like the facility for the USA. And then we went to and played some of these smaller schools and some summer ball schools in North Carolina, and we played this like it was a Division II team, and they had this starter pitching, and this guy he broke 7 of our bats, and I'm like,
Just dicing y'all up.
how is this guy dicing us up?
Hands
It was
Bonesaw is ready.
Remember the guy in the big leagues who was like 6'4", his shoulders looked like coat hangers, and he threw 100 miles an hour. He did the jump.
Oh,
He pitched for
with
the Mar-
Seattle. Oh,
he pitched for the Mariners.
Yeah.
That guy was the one starting. He's throwing 100 miles an hour
He
and
was
sinking in the ball in our
yeah,
hands.
he
I was
was
like,
Carter Caps.
Carter Caps.
There you go.
Wow, what a pull.
I was like,
Played
why?
against him, I remember him.
I was like, why is this guy? And then we realized Carter Caps. He made it to the big leagues, and they ended up changing his. They jumped off the. It was crazy.
No, he
Still
threw
threw 100.
Very hard.
And so he was a guy. And then we ended up we went to Omaha and played Japan in Omaha. And then we went out to Taiwan, played Chinese Taipei for 5 games, and then flew from there to Tokyo and played in the tournament. So, like, I would assume they have more games. But if they go to the Netherlands right away, maybe not. But the story that I really want to tell. Oh, go ahead. What are you going to ask?
No, nothing. I was just going to say that what an unbelievable trip if you get to play for Team USA. Like, first trip, Netherlands.
That's
Like,
great.
Absolutely. Let's go to the red light district now.
Yeah.
And
Amsterdam
you
would have
have-
been
and
fun,
you have
too.
Bianco as your bullpen coach. Yeah, we're gonna bet the first
Bullpen's
5
gonna
on
be
Team
productive.
USA. I don't know what's gonna happen in the latter half of these games.
Um,
I'm sweating
I
out
wonder,
a
like,
lot
what's
of
the-
stuff.
Is he just gonna be answering the walkie-talkie?
yeah, that's all he's doing. He's making sure the guys get
And
ready
learning-
and get up and
learn-
get going.
learning
Like,
from his
So he
dad.
doesn't need an assistant.
no, sorry.
What about an assistant?
Maybe a bullpen catcher.
I thought about that too.
You could be the bullpen catcher. That's the assistant.
Assistant bull.
So wait,
I thought
y'all-
about bullpen catcher coach.
No, bullpen catcher. You're not the coach. You don't make any decisions. You just catch.
So
I know, but I want to coach.
And
the
you're
guy
kind of
that's
you kind of do
catching.
all the bitch work. But it's okay.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, I know
I
you are.
love to throw the.
I don't want you to
cash
go
in the
because then our
bucket.
show suffers.
No, I'll do it from there.
That's not going to work.
Me in New Amsterdam. You don't think I'll?
I don't think that. Would
I don't
work.
think you'd be very punctual
I
there.
don't think that
So-
would work.
So y'all think this is just him learning from his dad for a summer and then he'll get into coaching?
Absolutely.
I think that's what he wants to do. I think that he'll be able to. I'd assume he'd probably be the grad assistant or like something at Ole Miss, maybe under his dad. I don't think he'd coach
Or-
here.
You don't think so?
I mean, unless Jay gives him, but they already have an undergrad assistant here.
Yeah, they already have one here.
So I don't think that he would coach here.
He-
But here's the story I want to tell you,
Okay.
right? And I got to get this guy on the show because he is one of my all-time favorite human beings I've ever played with.
Right here.
Yeah, I didn't play with you in baseball,
Oh.
but you are one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
But
back in the
not baseball players because he didn't play with you. This guy, Bobby Wilson is his name.
3-time All-Son-Law.
I think he'd be okay with me saying it. Backup catcher. What?
Oh, Bob, not the machine.
What? The
The
proceeds
old-
Albert? Albert?
That's the machine also. But I was talking about the closer
From the
Brian
Giants?
Wilson,
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
LSU
Bobby.
guy.
Yeah, Bobby Wilson. Bobby Wilson is a catcher. Backup catcher, really good behind the plate, can manage the staff. Played in the
Swing it a
big
little
leagues.
bit, too.
Huh?
Swing it a little bit.
He can swing a little bit, yeah, but like he was known behind the dish.
Yeah, of course.
Also, huge locker room guy. Like, awesome.
I'm glad you didn't give Lloyd a chance to interject right there. 'Cause
No, I know.
I know where he was going.
I know. Well, Lloyd's distracted on something.
That's
so
good. That's good.
Oh no, they were saying just real quick, just a small. Sale, 4 innings pitched, 11 Ks, 1 hit. Wilson Betterment was the switch hitter.
Wilson Betterment.
Boom, there it is. Big
Mikey
name.
struck out 3 times before ABs. Jay Mitch 0 for 2 2 Ks.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a good day for us.
I didn't sniff. Someone found it. Someone found it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I love that. I couldn't sniff the
was
ball.
the-
One of
the
y'all didn't
most-
know what happened.
It was the most impressive picture. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? Oh my god.
I was just happy I hit a ball foul.
Foul.
I touched it. I couldn't see anything.
I fell straight back up on top of it.
And this is when like Chris Sale was like
Chris Sale.
the slider was coming from the first base dugout and back footing me on the other batter's box. I'm like, I don't know.
Mikey stood in the box and he was looking at the pitching coach in the dugout because that's where the ball was coming from. That's where his release point was. So he was just facing that
You guys
way.
throw the fucking
Hey,
draw.
I will say this: the next year, I made my debut. Homer off for Chris Sale in the big leagues though, so
Oh,
that
you
counts.
goose you one?
That counts. No, it was big. It was 97 inside. Can't sneak the cheese by a rat, baby.
Put on a t-shirt.
Lloyd doesn't heard all of these.
Have I seen never heard that one?
I don't think he's ever heard these phrases.
Can't stick the cheese by a rat.
You like that, huh?
I do, because I'm a rat.
I know you like that. Okay, back to the story. So Bobby Wilson, all-time favorite teammate. We played together a little
Chris
bit.
Sale, you're flat.
We played together a little bit in AAA with Detroit. Like we were both locker mates, and we were both just bitching to each other about how miserable we were, and like we shouldn't be here, whatever. So he gets called up because they needed some catchers or whatever. So he's playing, and Detroit's struggling, and they're not playing well. So him and one of the younger pitchers were in Minnesota, and there was a sex shop next to the
Spencer's.
Damn,
better
you
than
stole my
Spencer's.
joke. I was gonna say Spencer's.
Like not far from the hotel. He's like, you know what? Let's go in here. Like,
Adult
I need
Emporium.
something to like get the team going, right? Like funny, whatever. So he goes into this place and he gets this like mesh lace like cut off
Dumb.
shirt. He gets this thong
Bring
that
sexy
is
back.
that says daddy on the front of it, right?
Bring in sexy
And he has this on here, and he shows up in his outfit, right? And he gets dressed and he puts it on. So he's walking around the entire clubhouse in this outfit, right? Like make everybody's laughing, everybody's loving it. He goes down to the cages. He's hitting in the cages with it on, right? Like loosening up the clubhouse so that everybody can like, we're losing, whatever.
Ooh, it's kind of related to our bot in the chat right now.
Oh, no.
Another bot?
Yeah, saying we have more cheap sex than Tinder.
Oh boy.
That's all right. Well, put user in timeout. I bet you like that.
You can continue your story.
So he's in the cage and he's warm and he's getting loose. All of a sudden, one of the assistant coaches, like one of like the bullpen, the bench coach comes up to him and says, "Hey,"
Get dressed.
he says, "Gardy needs to see you." And he's like, "All right," like thinking like, whatever. He pulls him in there. He walks into the office. It's Gardy, the GM, assistant GM. And he's like,
In the same clothes?
"Oh no, he's still in the same clothes." So they sit him down. They tell him that they're taking him off the roster and designated him. And he's sitting there in his outfit that he's in there to make the team, to be a team guy. And he's like, "I wish I would have told me y'all are doing this. I'd have gone change, so I'd have to be in this right now. I feel like an idiot now, like an asshole." And so he's telling me the story, and I am doing what I'm crying. I'm like, "Bro, how do you?" He's like, "I had to wear it. I wore it for the next 2 hours."
Imagine the coach would be like, well, obviously this is why we're cutting him. Like, look at him. It's like, I'm just trying to get a little morale going. It's like,
Oh,
well, you're batting
man.
210. So
It was so funny. I'm like, "Dude, I'm sorry."
imagine getting cut in fucking fishnets. Like, oh, okay. I
You
see
are-
why this is happening.
I think he works for the front office or does
Spencer's.
something with the Rangers now.
Oh, you have to do a Mik'd. You have to give that guy a job right after that. Like, I see what you're doing on this side, but Jesus Christ, dude. Like,
Dude, I was like, man,
I'm sorry.
That's
That's
gotta be
a
the
tough-
worst way to get cut.
that's a tough ticket.
Or the best.
That's a tough ticket right there.
That's the worst. That's tough.
Dude, stories. All right, let's get back to sports. Is there anything else we need to talk about in sports?
The SEC basketball schedule got released today. Okay.
I'm just joking.
We actually got a pretty good draw.
Dude, let me hear it.
Well, let me find it. I know we don't play Tennessee on the road. We don't play. We avoided pretty big time road games that we had to play last year.
We had 8 people on the team.
Hey Lloyd,
Okay.
remember when y'all said the sky was falling on the basketball team? Where did you go?
I don't know.
Remember when y'all were talking about how the sky was falling on the basketball team, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, the basketball team! It might as well be the death penalty." And then 2 weeks later, everybody's like,
Oh shit.
"Oh man, we're actually okay. We probably shouldn't have jumped to conclusions on our new head coach. We should have just given him an opportunity to recruit and bring his guys in." And what happened?
Well,
now everybody's like, "Oh my God, we're gonna be really good, right?"
What's really good to you?
Do you want to hear the basketball schedule?
They're
before
gonna
we
be
get
just
to
as good, if
football?
not better, than they were last year with the talent they brought in basketball. And you're high. You're just doing this as straight arguments of the guys they brought in. And that's a fact. Fact. And you know I'm right. Because we've had this conversation. Off air. You're doing this for
Can't
show.
wait to screenshot all this. Okay, what are we?
You're doing this for show.
Murray State can play in the SEC.
No, but they have 3 guys.
Oh, that's
Two
what-
of
that's-
two of
yeah,
them.
Murray State guys.
Two of the Murray State guys turned down Tennessee and Kentucky. So, you think that they're good enough to play there and not good enough to play here? Shows you how much you know about talent.
But how so?
Because you said they can't play. Those 2 guys
I
are
didn't
getting.
say they could play. I said, could Murray State play in
No,
the
but
SEC?
those 3 guys can.
What do you, they turned down? Of course they turned down Tennessee and Kentucky when their head coach went to LSU.
But we're saying they're good enough.
That's
to
not my
play there.
point. The point is you completely missed the point of that comment. The point is that they turned them down and came to LSU. They could have gone play at a school that is universally known with coaches that are better. Yeah, exactly my point. Exactly my point. I'm saying is everybody jumped on them like, oh my God, LSU basketball is going to suck. And we don't know what's going to happen, this and that. And I was like, whoa,
But
whoa,
there's
whoa.
also
They did
there's
get a good
also
schedule.
things with LSU
have
basketball
it.
that you wonder with penalties. That was part of the conversation.
I understand.
That
I
are
feel like
still-
that was the biggest part of it.
No
right?
doubt,
Right.
no doubt. But I said, let's just
Can
wait
control-
and
yeah,
see.
He has his little
I don't think they'll
arguments
get
the way
any
he
yet
wants.
at
He
this
shape
point.
shifts.
I said my whole point was let's just
Mike
wait
is a big
and
wait
see.
and see guy.
Let's look. No, my point is the guy
You
gets
can't
into the
have
office.
a take if you wait and see.
I told you. What did I tell you when I first started the show? I don't have takes. This is a conversation about sports. I don't have hard takes.
He's a big take guy.
So all I'm saying is this guy comes in.
Hey, give me a take on Mike and LeBron. Who's the best?
No, we're not doing that. We're not doing
But
that.
I'm more interested in why
We're
do
not
you
doing
think that Paul Beneri left LSU and may have entertained the Notre Dame job?
We
May have
literally had a
entertained it.
conversation about how you denied it.
That entertainment lasted for 12 hours and it wasn't even entertaining. It was, hey, we want you to hire. Maybe want you to come coach for us. He says, okay, I'm not interested. That's not entertaining anything.
How do you think Paul Beneri would do in the transfer portal era?
Probably not as good as Jay's doing, but then we're not on
I
that.
don't know.
Paul, I mean, the transfer. There's a lot of things that changed. We're not on that. We're on the fact that not you. I'm not even gonna say you.
Do you want to know
people-
the basketball schedule first?
Yeah,
before we
sorry, go
into
ahead.
Football.
Sorry, go ahead.
So-
How'd you know where I was going with this?
What do you mean? How did I know?
I know because we're on the same page. Let's go.
So SEC basketball schedule, they have the 3 permanent home and aways: Bama, Arkansas, A&M. Arkansas is gonna be pretty good. Bama, A&M, they are what they are. This year they play Florida and Missouri home and away, but then their home games are Auburn, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Vanderbilt. So you avoid going to Auburn and Tennessee.
And Vandy because we always lose at Vanderbilt.
Well,
Always.
because it's
There?
like it's like church at 11 o'clock, but you don't want to be there, and your
Right.
mom woke you up. You don't want to play there. And so those 3 you avoid.
Actually, that hits
Yeah.
very hard to
Because
home
the
right
11
there.
o'clock church gave you enough time to think, hey, I might have a good Saturday night. And you're like, this is stupid.
Yeah,
Why am
I don't want to go. And you
this?
sleep till like 10:30, and you
You're
wake
like,
up and you
this
think
is
maybe I can oversleep and not go.
Let me
and
just
then
act like I missed the thing.
never
Yeah.
happens.
Boom, boom, boom.
Yep.
Get your ass up.
Get up, son. Oh.
Well, this doesn't feel
Offer it up to God.
You're like, this doesn't feel very holy.
We're doing this, huh? You just got me with that one. All right, I'll get your ass.
So then their road games are Georgia, Kentucky, Ole Miss, Mississippi State. So really, Kentucky's your
We
only-
always go to Kentucky.
Yeah, they always play well at Kentucky, but that's your toughest road game. I think Georgia, Ole Miss, Mississippi State are very winnable on the road.
No doubt.
I think you could beat Bama and Ole Miss in both, Florida and Missouri in both. I think really your toughest game is going to be at Arkansas, and other than that, you pretty much have it.
I like that.
Pretty much have winnable
I don't
games
mind. I
everywhere
don't mind the
else.
schedule. I think that's gonna be good. I think that what I'm looking forward to during the basketball season is I'm looking forward to like the offensive sets in
You
the
mean like a
scheme
half
and the
court?
half court sets that they're gonna.
Oh, the Hoosiers offense.
Yeah.
No, it's not
And-
the Hoosiers. You're so stupid, dude.
As a student, I'm excited for Tennessee to come because Julian Phillips will probably be in their starting.
Oh
lineup.
yeah, no doubt.
He bailed ship.
Yeah, well, of course he did. Everybody.
Well,
did.
yeah, but
Well,
he didn't come back.
If they still have the DJ in the student section in the rafters, it won't really matter.
They still
so.
have the crawfish pot. I'm sure.
Or the
coach is
rats,
gonna be
or the rats,
electric.
or the rats
Or
in the
the rats.
PMAC.
Yeah, they're gonna get all that fixed.
I'll be front row yelling at him, so I don't care.
Are you a big basketball guy?
Big basketball.
Love basketball too.
Yeah. I'm big front row.
Oh,
guy.
we know Mikey's big. I mean, he's gonna be on the team.
I'll show up 2 hours early just to be
First
in the
pick.
front row.
Yeah,
I'll be definitely on
14
the
for
manager.
14 from
On,
three.
on the manager's team. Then never said my stats. I just said I
Lottery
felt
pick
good.
right here.
Volume shooter, I bet.
Just said I felt good from the outside.
Just gotta let him get his shots up. They're gonna start dropping.
Ah!
But yeah.
Can't knock it.
I got
unless you-
rim.
Can't knock it unless you look at me and watch me play. Can't knock me unless you watch me play.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. It's all
Lloyd,
Fugazi.
Lloyd, we need
You can
you
go
in the
talk.
front
Go,
row.
go text everybody that was there. See what happens.
Who was there?
Bo, Ramsey Bar. You don't know Ramsey. Do you know?
I do
Ramsey?
Ramsey Barfield.
Yeah, all those guys. Ask him. Ask him what happened.
Lloyd, we need to
With
sneak
your
in
body
and
and Ramsey Barfield?
Ramsey's 6'4".
He's 8 to 155 pounds.
Ramsey's good, bro. Ramsey played high school basketball. Ramsey would stomp you.
That's
I mean,
the
you think I'm playing pickup
Mikie
basketball?
Mahtook, Major League Baseball player, I'm bodying kids that played high school
I mean, do you think I'm
basketball.
playing basketball against NBA and college basketball players? Like, what do you think I'm doing? As a pickup basketball, I'm in Catholic high school. Like,
We all got in the gym?
of course, every Tuesday, bro.
Let me get in there.
No. You think you're getting in there now?
Why not?
Actually, I want you to get in there
No,
so
it's
I can
probably
throw
better
the
now.
shit out of your stuff all day. You wouldn't score 1 point in that game.
Ooh.
I would
What's
can't
the
wait.
bet?
After all this shit
issue.
talking you're doing, I'm gonna get you in the game and I'm gonna glass the fuck out of you.
You think I'm going anywhere towards the rim?
You won't even get the ball to the rim. You won't
I'm
even
not
touch the rim.
gonna-
Have you seen the show on
Challenge
Netflix?
A
issue.
challenge.
Have you seen the movie on Netflix?
Hustle?
Hustle?
Yeah,
I'll pay you $500
I'll-
if you can touch the rim. You wouldn't even do that.
Is
I
the
don't want
challenge
anything to do with it.
accepted?
Yeah, that ball ain't touched the rim, brother. It's coming from the 3-point land.
You're not even gonna get the ball to the goal.
Why?
To the goal.
Why?
Why? Because I'm gonna be guarding you, and I'm gonna deny access to the ball.
Hit.
Pick my
I think we
ass.
should all get there next Tuesday.
Nobody wants to
Wait,
pick
do
me.
what?
We'll
Pick
film
my
it.
ass. Nobody wants to pick
I'm
me.
there on Tuesday.
We'll be there on Tuesday. We'll film
Lloyd,
it.
but not show up now.
We'll film it.
I can score
Right.
1 point. I'm gonna score 3. I'm gonna
You
shoot
will
1 for
not.
1, 3, walk
You
off the
will
court,
not score a point.
and I'm gonna not wear shoes.
You will not score a point.
And I'm gonna not wear
But
shoes.
You
Lloyd.
doubt me.
You doubt. I don't think you understand what I'm talking about right now. I don't think
Yeah,
so.
you bodied up a
A 6'5" guy who weighs just as much as me and is taller than me. Yeah, what do you want me to do?
Ramsey Barfield.
Ramsey Barfield's 6'5", probably. No, he doesn't weigh as much as me. Probably
No,
about
he's
200
180
pounds. 190
pounds.
pounds. Maybe when he was in high school, college.
Yeah, it's all booze.
He's not good. He's not a bad basketball player. He's
No,
good.
I'm sure he's got a little stroke.
He's good. He gets to the rack. Is the thing. 6'5", he just takes it to the ball.
Ah.
But
Foul.
that's not what we were talking about. We were talking about.
Somebody seems nervous that it's not me.
I'm not nervous. I'm very confident in my game.
Oh, I know, but
I'm not gonna let I'm not gonna let somebody that's shorter than me score on me. It's not gonna happen.
I'll
I'll
score
pull
on
up
you.
from half court.
You don't have Steph Curry. You'll airball it. You don't have Steph Curry range.
I mean, you can get lucky and just make one in.
It's
He's
not
not.
luck.
Bank's open.
But he's saying that Mikey's saying he ain't gonna get one up. So
He's
it's
not even gonna
even.
score
It's
a
not
point.
even about getting one in. He's basically saying he's not gonna get
Is
one
he
up.
saying I ain't gonna get a shot at?
He's not
You're
gonna get the
shot
ball
at.
Not gonna get the
anywhere.
ball up.
He's not gonna touch the rim or the net of making this maybe touch the net below the rim on an air ball. But he's not gonna make the ball in the net in between the cylinder.
Lloyd,
and
if I was you,
nothing
I'd
but
take this bet.
I'm taking this bet right
I
now.
think
There's never
we
been
should,
a.
I think we should show up and film it.
I'm about to say, I think you should. I'm gonna play.
We
so
go right
I'm gonna
now.
get up in the
I'll
game.
film it.
I'll go right now.
I will go right now.
Yeah,
No,
me
no.
too.
Let's wait till Tuesday.
I'll
Yeah,
film
yeah.
it. I'll
Tuesday.
show up. Just let me know what
Tuesday.
time. I'll show
Me
up
too.
with the camera.
Tuesday.
Anyway, what I was talking about before Lloyd tries to get in my head, I'm trying to talk about the show and sports.
LSU sounds 2-star recruit.
You can't have stars from college.
And
That's
he
not how
hasn't
that
signed
works.
yet.
High
Stars,
school.
UTSA doesn't have a star on a guy that transfers.
And he was a 3-star. He's
Yeah.
Jarvis
I don't
Landry's
give-
cousin.
Hey, Travis, I know.
and that's why he's probably going.
I know
He's
you know.
probably-
I
he's
know
probably
it's
not on
happening.
scholarship.
The
also.
wide receiver. Yeah,
He's a
exactly.
walk-on.
Yeah, and he's a special teamer.
I mean, literally
Wait, have
every.
you seen his film?
I'm sure it's okay.
He's got hands.
She was
He's
okay,
Darby Allin's
but
cousin.
my whole – you're literally – are you against me or for me right now? I'm confused at, like, what your argument is right now. Like, I'm confused by your tactics. Anyways, what I'm talking about in football, right? People are very quick to panic on recruiting. And you let me finish my thoughts before you interject in what you want to say, right? People are very quick to press the panic button on the recruiting class. Oh, we're losing guys from Louisiana. Brian Kelly can't recruit. Brian Kelly doesn't know how to recruit the players that can make it in the SEC. Brian Kelly this, Brian Kelly that. Listen, Brian Kelly's track record of being successful as a head coach is obvious. I get it. He was playing at Notre Dame, but he wasn't. He was playing against pretty decent schools, not SEC caliber. I understand that. He is a very intelligent person. He understands what is going on. He is in Baton Rouge. He understands the caliber of talent that he's playing against. So, therefore, he understands he needs to bring in a different type of player that he did at Notre Dame. My whole point to this entire conversation is before we say he can't do something or he doesn't know how to do something or he's going to fail at something, why don't we give him the benefit of the doubt and say, hey, this guy is a pretty damn good coach. Let me trust that his process and the guys that he puts in, the staff that he puts together and the players that he brings in, let me see them on the field because maybe they're good. And listen, I know it stinks that you lose a guy from in your backyard or you lose guys from Louisiana. Arch Manning never come to Louisiana. These guys that just left, one of those guys maybe is a disappointment that we didn't get. I agree. It's also June. There's a chance that we go out there and they see the caliber of play and the type of offense or the type of team that they're running, and we start winning games, and all of a sudden, like, oh my God, these guys are good. They're fun. They have, like, maybe I want to change my commitment because you don't sign anything in June, and maybe they change over. Or maybe they get somebody else who's just as good and comes in. I understand people upset because you lose guys from Louisiana, but to blame it on Brian Kelly not being able to do something is not fair to him and is not the right way to go about these things. Like, trust that the guy is going to put guys on the field that can compete and can play. And until you watch that product on the field, you have to be able to give them the benefit of the doubt because nobody knows anything. Nobody knows who's going to be good, who's not going to be good. You have to trust the people. Everybody was happy that Brian Kelly was here. Everybody thought that he was going to be able to do it. Give him the opportunity to do it. That's all I got to say.
Yeah, that's kind of what I've tweeted it, but I think I ended up deleting it because I didn't want to give attention to this one guy that was going off about it. But they haven't even played a game yet with the staff. A big part of the recruiting is the actual season when they show up to Baton Rouge on a game day against Alabama, and there's 100,000 in the stadium, and they see the tailgates, they see the winning product on the field. Like, oh, everything I heard in June and July in the summertime when I was on this first visit was true. Like, oh, they play this way. They
look
do
at all
it this
the
right
recruits
way.
they got from 2019.
Yeah, but we had okay.
Yeah,
You're going against a COVID year. That doesn't count, dude.
No,
that doesn't.
Everybody else recruited.
Yeah, but you have these guys, and then 2020 happened. They shit down their legs. Like, you lost that entire year. All I'm saying is you have the ability to say, okay, you're going to go out there and you're going to see these guys. The only thing these recruits have seen over the last 2 years is a subpar, talented team on the field. Right? 2020 sucked. 2021 sucked. That's all they've seen. So they don't want to come. They don't know what to expect. Give the guy an opportunity to show, hey, we've changed the culture, we've changed the type of team we have, and we changed the type of talent we have on the team, and watch how good we can be. And then talk to me. Now, if they don't get the recruits after that, then we have an issue. But to go out there and say that he can't do something or he's not going to do something is not fair to him. And to be honest with you, that's a very dramatic take. That's all I got to say. I mean, because
you don't think there's any merit to the fact that the more that you lose, like you said, you wasted a national championship essentially in terms of recruiting, right?
Yes.
That's fair to say.
Yes.
And then you change regimes and you bring in somebody that totally has no clue.
How do you know he has no clue, though? That's my point.
He has Frank Wilson on
That's
the staff.
my whole
Yeah, but he's not
point.
sending him to New Orleans. Like,
okay, I understand that. I understand you're getting all these things. But you can't say he has no clue. Like, he has a plan. He's very strategic about the things he does. Why don't you give him an opportunity to show that what he's doing works? You don't know if it works or not.
I've seen this formula.
No, you had not at LSU. You haven't.
Right, but he's doing exactly what I thought that would happen by. Okay, what was his biggest draw? Why did he want to come to LSU?
Because he wanted to be in the SEC and win a national championship. Is what he said.
With what? Talent. What's he getting?
You don't know what he's getting. That's my point. He's still getting 4 stars, but you don't know how good they're going to be.
They're from Louisiana.
It doesn't matter.
Give me Louisiana.
It doesn't matter.
That was his selling pitch.
It doesn't matter. He still can get them. These guys weren't coming. It doesn't matter who the coach
And
is.
he's going to get some of them. No doubt.
Okay, it doesn't matter who the coach is.
Nobody ever got all of them.
These guys are going to go somewhere anyway. It doesn't matter who the head coach
Nobody
is going
lost
to be.
like this.
It doesn't matter who the head coach. It didn't matter unless it was Nick Saban. It didn't matter who was going to be the head coach here. You were going to lose some of these guys to these other schools, and that's a fact. Whether you want to believe that or not, that is a fact.
I know
it doesn't
that.
matter if it could have been. You could have got Bill Belichick, and they still would have gone other places. Just with NIL and the way things are going, that changes the game.
That's part of my argument.
No, your argument's all about Brian Kelly.
No, but yeah, and him not him specifically in terms of what LSU is doing. Yeah, go put Livy Dunn on a billboard in New York City. What does that do for your football team?
That's not him, though.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about the LSU collective in general.
They just passed this thing, so now things are going to change.
Texas A&M, you don't have to pass a bill. There's no rules. There was never any rules set in place.
Listen, hey, you want me your reality check? Texas A&M, Texas, doesn't matter how good we are, we'll never compete with the money they have.
No doubt.
So to compare us to those two teams is like trying to compare us to Alabama.
But
that'll never happen.
That's the league you're in now.
Okay, but that'll never happen. So get used to it. You're going to have a coach that is good and can develop talent and maybe not be able to get the 5 stars. Maybe go get a Tyrann Mathieu who can develop and be good. That's what you're going to have to rely on right now for the first 2 years until you start having success on the field and figuring out the NIL stuff. That's the reality of it. But to go out there and say this guy sucks and doesn't know what he's...
I don't think
you say he doesn't know what he's doing and he can't recruit here and doesn't do this. You don't know yet because he hasn't had 1 game on the field. That's all I'm saying.
I think on the field he's going to be great. He's going to be the best head coach LSU's ever had since Nick Saban. There's no doubt about that. Look at the 2 before.
So give him an opportunity to do...
I know.
Wisconsin competes. Wisconsin, I know they don't compete to the highest level, but they compete.
You want to be Wisconsin?
No. We're going to be better than Wisconsin, but what I'm saying is they compete with 2- and 3-star recruits on defense. They compete.
Because they had Dave Aranda.
You are literally making my point.
I know, and guess what he did? He left to go to LSU because guess what they had? Louisiana State athletes.
I mean, are you drunk? You are making my point for me. Because Dave Aranda left
to go to LSU because he saw Marcel Brooks.
And where's Marcel Brooks?
He left after 1 year.
Exactly.
I know, but
exactly my point. Listen,
through no fault of his own, by the way.
Can I rebut?
Host your own show?
Can I have a rebuttal? He left Wisconsin to come to LSU because he wanted better talent, right? He did everything he could do with the amount of talent that he had. Would you agree?
Yeah, all of them.
Agree, yes? Just say yes. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Plead the 5th.
Yes, right? He did everything he could do in Wisconsin with the amount of talent he had. He wanted to come down here because you wanted better talent and play in the better conference. Yes, as unanimously agreed upon. Brian Kelly, same exact thing, right? So he gets to LSU. He brings other guys in that are really good. Not all of them are from, now some of them are. Not all of them are from Louisiana. He brought better talent. He was able to coach up subpar talent, came to LSU, and had an elite defense because he had better athletes. Why do you think Brian Kelly is not doing the exact same thing? Because you're here, you're watching the rankings on 247. Like, those rankings they don't know who's going to be really good, who's not going to be. They can make an educated guess, but if he can coach up subpar talent and he comes to Louisiana and he gets better talent, don't you think he's going to be able to coach up the better talent and be just as good? Right? Do you not think that's the case?
Coach up subpar talent when you have 5 stars falling off a tree.
It's not subpar.
You're an idiot, bro. I said subpar talent from Wisconsin, dummy. What's down here is not subpar. He's getting better talent. If he can
He's
coach,
not!
How do you know? Are you an expert? Are you an expert? Are you a recruiting expert?
I listen to experts every single fucking day.
Who do you listen to? Shea Dixon?
Shea Dixon, not an expert. Sam Spiegelman, not an expert.
But he's
they're not coaches. All they're doing is looking at
They made a living off of doing this.
Oh my God, dude.
But you're the expert.
I'm not. That's why I'm not making a judgment. You don't know until you watch them on the field. I'm not making
I'm watching them on the field. They're all playing. They're all in high school. Guess what they're going to be?
Oh my
in college together.
God, dude, you are unbelievable, dude. I know what you're doing, and I'm not. But this is really how you're not stirring the pot because this is really how you think. This is like not like that's what makes me so mad because you're not stirring the pot. You truly believe this, and that's what really concerns me about how you think. Because I think you're brainwashed at the fact that, like, oh my God, we're not getting all the 5 stars. We're not doing this. We're losing all these guys. Yeah, that stinks. But you don't know how good these guys are going to get. You're not getting 2 stars. You're not. You're getting 4 stars. They're transfer recruit. Who cares? You just said he has great hands. He's going to be a special team guy. He's a walk-on. You're not giving a scholarship roster to a guy. Like, give the guy an opportunity to develop his guys on the field before you say anything. Because you don't know. Whether somebody says something is good or not, you have no idea how good this guy. Maybe this guy is a 4-star and he's not a high 4-star because he didn't really get an opportunity. Or maybe he has shitty coaching, or maybe played for a small school in high school. Who knows? But the people that are bringing him in here know better than we do. So give the guy an opportunity. Now, if they suck after their first year and they aren't good, I'll say, yeah, you know what? They didn't bring in good talent, or he's not a good evaluator. I will admit that. But until then, you have no idea.
And it's not the fact that they're not bringing in good talent. It's the fact that they're letting good talent leave the state of Louisiana.
They're not letting. He got handed a very hard situation. He had 2 very bad years. You come back in, you're telling him, oh, by the way, you have to get everybody in here.
In a month.
In 1 month, 2 months, or whatever, however long he's been. Like, you have to, so you're saying you have to go and get all these guys? A&M has been recruiting these guys for 2 years. 2 years. You think A&M just said, oh, by the way, here's your money, come to A&M? No shot, dude. They've been recruiting these guys since they were freshmen and sophomores in high school. Now Brian Kelly's coming down to the South, and you're saying, oh, you have to go and compete with these guys after Coach O messed up the team for 2 years? Like, give me a break, dude. Be realistic about the what's going on.
I am being realistic.
No, you're
about
not.
What's going on.
You're being a fan.
I'm not. That's where you're wrong. Is because I'm so jaded by the last probably since 2007.
Oh, when they lost top talent in the state every year, they don't get everybody.
No, whatever. The fact that the way that the team was coached and how what I watched happen.
Okay, but this is a whole different thing. Are you gonna? Can you please interject, please?
Because he agrees with me.
No, he doesn't.
They lose. Like, if you look at the top 5, they never get. Most years they only get like 2 or 3 of them.
I know.
If not,
I don't expect them to get every fucking good player.
So if you're saying that, well, this point there's only 4 guys committed in the top 10. 2 of them are quarterbacks you didn't have a shot at. This safety you really didn't have much of a shot at. And then another one's committed to LSU.
That's not true.
That's not true.
All I'm saying is this guy has been 5-star safety's been recruited for years.
What he's saying
it's not fair to say, oh, he lost them. He didn't have an opportunity to get them.
No.
Myers' stepdad.
Wait, listen. I'll say
what?
this.
Denver Harris, a 5-star quarterback. Tech Myers.
That's not on Brian Kelly.
No, but I'm saying that's the part of this argument that you're missing. It all comes together.
I know, but listen,
it's LSU's incompetence from the top down.
This is the same conversation we've had for the last 2 years. That's never going to change. This is like the argument when you have someone with your girlfriend or your wife or someone who keeps bringing the same argument up that happened 3 years prior. Like, hey, we've both agreed that that was an issue. There's nothing we can do about that. So to keep harping on that same issue with a whole new regime is pointless because that is always been the issue. And now you just said you have possibly the best coach that's ever been at LSU. But you're still making a argument. Okay, second best. But you're still making an argument about the old regime. You can't just say, oh, by the way, the old regimes. We've all agreed that sucks, and that's the reason why they lost a bunch of these guys. This new guy, you have to give him an opportunity. You can't expect him to come in here and just, oh, by the way, snap my fingers, I'm gonna fix everything. He's working on it's a process. It takes time. And he's doing a really good job of doing it, but give him an opportunity to go out there and win. He goes out here and he wins. He says, oh, by the way, 7 is the over-under. Let's say he wins 9 games. That's a good, successful season. Hey, now we see what's going on. Okay, watch next year's recruiting class. And the year after that, you have to give the guy an opportunity to do that. This guy that left has given him a recruit for 2 years. He's coming in with his hands are tied. That's all I'm saying. You can't just keep going back, in 2007 with Les Miles, and then, they all sucked. And they lost a bunch of guys. But you can't just keep saying this. We all know that's the issue. We've all agreed. That's nobody's argued that.
Look, I'll say this. We'll just say this about it, okay? So at the end of the day, you can be as good of a coach as you want to be. But if you don't have the Joes, it really doesn't matter. With that being said, I'm pretty sure, I'm pretty positive that every Joe that Nick Saban has at Alabama ain't hailing from Alabama. So
where are they hailing from?
Doesn't matter. Everywhere. So, yeah, everywhere.
Everywhere.
everywhere. They've literally stolen guys right off of LSU's campus.
That's what.
And they stole guys from
You're
Florida.
not because you're missing my point.
I know. Go
All right,
He
so
lied
my-
because
so
he wants to get
So
his
my point to it is this: does it quote unquote kind of look bad that 2 5-star recruits from the state of Louisiana in the same week both commit to a different school? That's not LSU, and obviously they're both the same school. Yeah, it does. But with that being said, we had no chance at Arch. It was not happening.
It was never
Secondly, I do know from inside sources that Derek has been in contact with Texas for a very good amount of time. And obviously he's got a somewhat of a relationship with Arch too. So that probably helped it as well. Mikey's point is to say that he was going to show up and get it all done and keep every recruit in the state and put a stronghold on it literally in a month is so far past realism that it's not even funny. But with that being said, I'll say the same thing, dude. Like, look, I don't exactly love some of the moves that have been made so far.
I'm not angry with everything either.
But I'm going to give you the chance to make it work.
Exactly. That's all I'm asking.
So we'll see what happens as the year progresses, as you see guys that have been here that are still here, if they progress and kind of go. And we'll go that way.
Here's my question.
That's my point.
In a roundabout way.
Not
Very roundabout.
ever been his point. Would you ever tell me how to hit a baseball?
Hell no.
Okay. Why?
Because you know how to do it. You're
But
a professional.
Why do I know how to do it? I'm a washed up professional.
You're a
Why
baseball player.
why do I know how to do it?
Because you practice it your entire life and you're good at it. You were naturally born athletic.
So why are you
own
telling
the skill?
So why are you telling Brian Kelly that he's
coach.
a professional coach who's been doing his whole life and he's had a lot of success, that he's doing something wrong without watching it actually unfold?
No, you're confusing the two between recruiting and coaching.
I'm not. Because it goes hand in hand. He's
And-
recruiting
and
the
at
guys.
what point has anybody ever said about Brian Kelly's recruiting prowess? That's like saying, hey, could you teach?
You said that you've seen it in Notre Dame.
I know it's not good.
It's top 15 most years.
Is that hold on. So you're saying your recruiting
In
prowess?
Notre Dame, top 15 class is great. He had a better 2022 class than Marcus Freeman did, and Marcus Freeman pretty much held the Notre Dame class.
Time out.
together.
You said you've never talked about his recruiting prowess.
He doesn't have it. That's not what he wants to. He'll be the first to tell you that's not what he does.
Yeah, but he has guys that on the roster on the team that can
Yeah,
do
but he's
that.
not letting him do it. That's my point also.
But because of what you're hearing behind the scenes. But the guys he's bringing in, let them do. And now listen, if it becomes an issue, then that's an issue. But you have to let him see, let it unfold. Let it unfold. That's all I'm saying.
And today, the reason that I have raised a little bit of a red flag is
I'd
because
say it's slightly further than race.
Yeah. I think he
But
just
anyway,
put
we
that
keep
thing
going.
up there. Let's go.
No, I think, and don't get it twisted. I think they're going to win 10 games this year. And because I do believe that Brian Kelly is a good coach.
I'm
And
so
talking-
confused at his. I'm so
I'm talking-
confused.
I'm
I'm
talking-
so confused right
I'm
now.
talking about what they're going to do in the future.
And it's gonna
I'm
if they
talking
win.
about 2022, 2023.
If they win in the
whenever you're facing up against Shaz Preston, Aaron Anderson, whenever you're facing up
But who
against.
says those guys are going to pan out? Shaz will. I'm talking about the Aaron Andersons of the world.
Here, my whole point
Who
was
says they're
my
gonna
whole
pan
point.
out?
My whole
They
point
don't always
earlier today
pan
was
out.
everybody thought that if we lost Drake Davis, it would have been the biggest loss. And
what happened
you can't
with him?
lose Drake Davis, right?
Yeah.
Can't
What
lose
happened-
Drake Davis.
like, what
He
happened
says,
with guys
"Oh,
like
he
Trey Palmer?
caught an 80-yard touchdown pass his first game." Yeah, go route.
Look at
off
the
of-
offense he was in.
Oh my God. You want to talk about stuff you've heard behind the scenes?
So you're talking about Malachi Dupree was no good.
Malachi Dupree was the worst.
He's a 5-star.
Oh my God, Malachi Dupree was the worst, dude. He was the softest receiver I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
In my life, dude. If the ball wasn't in his hands, he was not going up to get it. That is a bad example.
Okay, let me do Craig Buster Davis, who got drafted in the first round to the Chargers whenever he played third-string wide receiver for LSU under Les Miles' offense. Like the
was
guy got
definitely
8
not-
targets.
Have you
Time
seen
out.
his numbers? He had 1,000. He was a 1,000 receiver.
Wait. He was
In that
definitely not third.
Yeah, he was his teammate.
But he played. What? He didn't play X and he didn't play Y.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
I
That's
played
his
with
teammate.
him.
I know, but it was Brandon LaFell and it was Dwayne Bowe and then Craig
Oh,
Davis
boy.
was out there.
That's his teammate. Go.
Time out.
Yes, here we go. Now you
Lloyd.
serve the pot on him. This is his teammate. 'Cause
Jesus
you're not going to
Christ,
win this
Lloyd.
argument.
Lloyd. The 1 and 2 on that
You're
team
not going to win this argument.
was Dwayne Bowe,
Brandon LaFell.
The 1 and 2 on that team was Dwayne Bowe and Craig Buster Davis.
He was so good.
The 3 was Early Doucette. The 4 was Brandon LaFell. Yes, it was. 100% it was.
Where was Terrence Tolliver in all this?
In high school. It was
I mean-
not here yet. Like that's you're as wrong as it gets on that one. That team was legitimately Dwayne Bowe
Can't
and
see.
Craig Buster Davis.
My point was standing. He was a 32nd overall pick in the first round, when he should have been probably a top 15 pick.
Who?
Why?
Because
Buster
LSU
Davis?
they didn't give him the ball.
No, they got him the ball. No.
Buster Davis didn't make it in the NFL.
Let me just tell you. I'll just tell you this.
I know that.
So
They
he should
got
have
him
been
the
a top
ball.
15
You
pick.
know what he didn't do, and I think he had a tough time with it too. And once he got the Pro Bowl, he
He's
didn't stay
learning the
healthy.
offense.
No, he didn't stay healthy. He never stayed healthy. He was always hurt.
That was Drake Davis who never did the offense. That's why you said you want to talk about behind the scenes and he's not doing stuff. We know for a fact behind the scenes from people on the field who put in the installations and the guys who are hey, you know why Drake Davis can't play? Because we're running, this is no joke. We're running sprints. Drake Davis has no shirt on, shorts hiked up, and he is running sprints and he looks like an absolute gazelle.
Adonis.
And me and Jared are like, how the hell can this guy not get on the field?
Soccer player.
Assistant coach behind us that knows us, he goes, "Want to know why he can't get on the field? Because the minute you get him in the huddle and you tell him to play and you say, ready, break, by the time you say break and he gets to his position, he forgot where he's supposed to be."
I mean, that happened to T-Tom.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
But like my point is,
I'm gonna
you
leave
just
that one
don't
alone.
know. Like in high school,
Leaving
when
it
you're
alone.
such an elite
Don't come to me
athlete,
with that one.
when you're such an elite athlete in high school, you look really good. But there's a lot when you get to the highest level, which is the SEC. A lot of things come into play outside of just being a really good athlete. If you can't retain information, you don't understand how to work in an offense, you don't understand how to do all these things, like that plays. Which is why guys like Jake, which is
why
why
do
I
you
say you have to wait to see how it transitions onto the field.
Lloyd, why do you think Brandon LaFell played 10 years in the league?
You tell me.
No, I'm asking you. I'll tell you. I'm asking you.
Because he can play every position on the field.
What did that come from though? So to the ability to play every position. on the
But
field
that's
is-
also it's counter to my argument of what a Les Miles offense was, because he wasn't in it. He was in a Jimbo Fisher offense, wherever he had to learn the XYZ, he had to learn every position on the field, could do it, got drafted, was plug and play. That's different from what I'm talking about in terms of players that were in a Les Miles offense. That
Why are
I'm
we talking about Les Miles off?
I don't know where that came from.
No, this is where I'm going in terms of, look, you got 5-star guys like Malachi Dupree, but they ran 2-man mirror routes every single play.
But why
You
would-
had Odell Jarvis and Jeremy Hill in the backfield. I understand that. But the offense was never very multiple. Now you're in a multiple offense. The game has changed.
I understand that, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how much the game's changed. Malachi Dupree could play
That's
in
what I
the
was talking about.
Malachi Dupree could play in the offense now, a multi-faceted offense where he has to learn every position, he understands routes, and he would still stink.
He'd still be soft.
Because he's soft, he doesn't run the routes well, he doesn't go up to get balls, he was not physical. Like, none of those things play,
Wasn't
right?
a physical player at all.
And so,
Very talented,
So it doesn't
not
matter
physical.
what offense those guys. There's a reason why Jarvis and Odell excelled in a subpar offense, and they obviously became all pros in the NFL, is because they could do all the other things, right? They were good enough to do that. Just because
Where are they
Malachi,
from?
Louisiana, but that's not my point right now.
So was Justin Jefferson. He was a 2-star. So we sitting here worried about all these stars.
No, I ain't worried about stars. I'm worried about Louisiana talent. A 2-star in
What?
Louisiana is a
They're
4-star
the
everywhere
favorite to get
else.
Shelton Sampson.
That's not real. The stars are created nationally.
Say that in the mic.
Mm-mm.
So that's the point.
He just said a 2-star in Louisiana is a 4-star everywhere else.
Oh.
That's not how it goes.
Especially right now, especially now when you go to camps and you have social media and you see everything. That's not how that goes, and you know that. Majority of the people get seen. Now the talent on the
What
tape.
was your argument before this? Were you not just saying that Brian Kelly can win with 2 and 3 stars?
No, I didn't say can. I said he did it up there in Notre Dame. So now he's getting better talent.
How?
Because he's not getting 2 and 3 stars. He's getting 4 stars. What do you mean how?
Like his floor is 4 stars, and
Like, he's getting 4-star
He's gonna
recruits.
pull 5 stars in this class.
He's
Oh,
getting-
no, he's 100% going to pull 5 stars in the class. Like that, don't get it twisted.
But you keep acting like he's not getting 4 stars. He's acting like he's not getting better recruits than he's got at Notre Dame.
He's missing on guys that LSU obviously always got. Is what my
Well, it's
LSU's
not
been missing
even
on these guys
always.
for 2 years before him.
Well,
They've
it's
been
not-
missing
it's-
before him. The last 2
it's-
years they've been missing on these guys.
It's not even always, because even when LSU's defense was a powerhouse, they had Landon Collins from Geismar commit
Exactly.
to Alabama on national TV.
Yeah, then you got Jamal Adams. That was a 4-star.
From
Years
Dallas.
later-
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You always have one in your back pocket.
You got Harold Perkins.
That's not the same class though. That was
How do
years.
you think that happened?
I don't care. You still got him. You see, you can't pick and choose how you got someone or how you didn't get someone. It all falls under the umbrella of Brian Kelly.
That's my point. I'm saying if you're going to play the game, play the game.
Wait, also, I mean, at a point, also, is Brian Kelly seems very fixated on a certain culture. So who are we to
Exactly.
say that? Who are we to say that kid?
My point.
He saw that kid, met that kid, didn't think. I'm not talking about this, the safety in general. I'm not talking about that, like this specific kid. I'm talking about like in general when he looks at recruits. Who are we to say like, oh, this 5-star might
Notre
not
Dame
might not be the personality he's looking for, or that Frank Wilson's looking for, this, that, and the other.
Yeah,
Doesn't
go
fit
get
their
rolled
culture.
41-10 by Bama then.
Well, I'm, saying,
He
he,
doesn't fit.
Oh my
I'm just saying
God.
he kicked off players from last year's team that ended up transferring because they didn't fit the culture. Nobody's complaining about
You have
them
such
now.
a dramatic take. It's such a dramatic take. It's unbelievable.
We'll see.
We are. So let's see. Before you start jumping to conclusions, let's see.
So if you're trying to figure out like what Lloyd's take on this whole,
You don't know.
No.
When Brian Kelly wins a national championship,
Lloyd no
we'll
happy
figure
if
it
it's not a good fall down here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm coming to the conclusion of. So
I'm not happy either. It's not a good fall, but what I'm saying is
It's not the end of
you
the
have
world.
you have to give them an
probably close
opportunity.
That's the problem. That's part of the problem.
What's part of the problem?
It's okay.
It's June.
No, nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that. Nobody said that. Stop putting words in our.
What
Stop
did you
being.
I
say?
said it's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's June. Who says LSU doesn't get NIL in order in September and make him a bigger deal and he signs in December?
Exactly.
Who says it doesn't
Because
happen?
they're already all signed.
He's not signed. It's
It's
June.
not national. Sign.
No, but once you got that NIL deal, bro, you're signed.
No, my God, dude.
When he wins a national championship, he'll be like,
It's
"Oh,
not
look at
the
all these
case.
Louisiana guys on the roster that Brian Kelly somehow got here."
Yeah.
Or look at this guy from
Then
California.
y'all
that's,
can all thank me. I'll stand on this cross by myself.
or
I'll carry it.
You're not
when,
on by
or
yourself.
when these or
The
when
whole
these,
issue, the whole reason this came up is because there's so many people on this, and listen, I know how that's how fans are, and I think that's because I've seen from the other side of it, and I think I have a different perspective of how you have to say, hey, you know what? I've seen a lot of guys that are really good that stink, and I've also seen a lot of guys that people didn't think were
marginal that are good.
really good, right? So like, I believe that there is merit to saying, hey, you know what? This guy is a really good. A really good developer of talent and a really good evaluator of if he has a plan in place and he's meticulous about everything he does, why not trust that he can do it? And before he plays one game or shows that he can do anything, why don't you give him an opportunity before you start jumping all over him and saying he can't do it or he's not doing it because the years prior to this have nothing to do with the new regime. I get the rumors of like, oh, Frank's not in New Orleans or Frank's not doing this. Yeah, okay. You know what? He may make a mistake and that may have to happen. But before you go out and say, oh, it's doomsday because of all this stuff, let the things play out. Let it play out. Stop listening to the people that are in your ear who I know is in your ear and start like watching it from a bird's eye view and let everything play out. That's all I'm saying. Before you go out here and start spewing all this stuff about it not working. I know where you're getting your information from. So why don't you just look at it from a different perspective and just say, hey, let's just wait. That's all I'm saying. I've seen it before. I've seen it happen before.
I'm gonna say, when these 3 DBs that committed from out of state committed, everybody's like, "Oh, thank God, he's restoring DBU," and now all of a sudden, one kid doesn't commit here, and the world.
That's how it works. Everybody, a big recruit that everybody thinks that you should get doesn't get. The world's falling apart. That's how it works every time. Every time. You know what? There'll be other ones.
Domino.
I mean, like Devin White was recruited to play running back.
There'll be
Yeah,
other
being
ones.
a linebacker.
There'll be
Jacoby
other ones.
Stevens wasn't a big 5-star need to get guy. Just look at the 2019. Yes, you had Grant Delpit and Derek Stingley. What are you looking at me stupid for? You act like LSU doesn't have 3 and 4 stars ball out every single year.
Jacoby Stevens is a 5-star from Tennessee.
That is true.
He was a
But
5-star.
Yeah,
on every ranking?
Deion Jones
He
3-star.
wasn't on ESPN's.
Oh, don't look at ESPN recruiting. That's not where you go for your information.
Deion
You're also not
Jones.
getting your information from somewhere good.
Oh yeah, Frank Wilson.
You talk to him personally, or do you talk to this person that talks? You talk to the person that talks to him
by
personally.
proxy, excuse me.
Hey, a lot of things get. Have you ever seen the social test where I give you a secret, you tell that person a secret, you tell that person a secret,
telephone?
and then by the end of it, it's a whole different thing.
Jacoby Stevens is committed.
Nope, that's not what I'm talking about. But do you hear? You know what I'm talking about?
Let's give him a telephone.
So until you hear it from the actual horse's mouth, things get lost in translation sometimes.
We're not going to ever hear it from the. That's part of my point. Is Louisiana is based on what, in your mind? LSU football based on what? Homegrown Louisiana talent. Every time it's ever won, you could go through the roster.
Yeah, but you would say the same thing about. You can say the same thing about baseball.
From Ohio.
Are you mad about what Jay Johnson's doing right now in baseball? He's doing things his way. He's bringing in all this talent. Are you mad that we got Tommy Tanks? Are you mad that we got the pitcher from UCLA? Are you mad that we got all these guys from out of state?
Those are all short-term arguments.
Lord, what?
But my point is like I know that's how it's been in the past, and we're still gonna rely on a lot of these talented guys from Louisiana.
You're the one that was touting culture for LSU baseball the entire time and wondering why. How can we build culture? You need LSU guys. You need Louisiana
No,
guys for
I did
LSU
not
baseball.
say that. I said that these
you
guys.
want it?
What?
Don't you want that?
You want culture, but you don't have to have just Louisiana guys on teams to build the culture.
I have a clip of you asking that question and him saying it didn't matter because
No, he was saying Jay Johnson said it didn't matter.
Eventually,
No, he
earlier
said
he
it didn't matter
did.
'cause of his
He came out and said that he
championship
didn't
team.
like to talk about culture.
Right.
And he's now he came back at the end of the season and said changed his tune, said he is changing the culture.
Okay, so Brian Kelly can have that same opportunity after he's coached for 1 year and understands what job he has.
So what are we talking about?
I'm talking. That's what I'm talking about.
So now you want to give him time?
No, I've always wanted to give him time. See, that's what y'all are misconstruing. I'm saying the fact that he is missing out on opportunities to win now because it's taking him too long to
Well,
understand.
I don't think it's his fault.
I don't think he's missing
it's
out
the
any
boosters.
opportunities that he's winning now. I know.
So wait,
you keep making these facial expressions, but I think we've agreed that.
No, wait, time out.
Yeah, no, we're
I'll just
not
ask you
that
this.
far off.
I'll just
No,
ask
we're
you
pretty
this.
far.
In this one situation, what
I think
could
it's NIL based is why they're falling behind
Absolutely.
right now.
But that's not on him.
Absolutely.
That's not Brian Kelly's fault.
That's not on him. He's trying. I mean, he's working on. I mean, he's not going to put the money up out of his pocket. What do you want him to do? He has to go rally the troops, but people have to put the money up. You'll never be able to compete with those teams in Texas with the money. You're just never going to be able to
There
do
was
that.
only one way you were getting Derek Williams. Literally one way and one way only.
And he's from your home.
That's why he knows the information.
That's
what I'm
why I know
saying.
the information. There's only one way you were getting him. It didn't happen that way.
And it's not on Brian Kelly.
And that's why I said my argument is twofold, which you never let me finish. Is I said LSU, it's a twofold argument. LSU was late to the game with NIL. They decided to put all of their money in the basket of let's pump up the stars we have on campus now. Texas A&M played a different game in terms of let's put all this money in a coffer and say let's go get recruits with it and build for the future.
Okay.
That's my argument. LSU was late to the game on that part. And then twofold is Brian Kelly and staff, they haven't recruited Louisiana the way that you could whenever you're able to sell that one thing that you have that only probably works in Louisiana, which is come play for LSU.
Okay.
That still hits home for people.
No doubt.
But the
So you
fact
don't
that
think they're
you're
using?
late
You
to
don't
the
think they're
par-
using that? You don't think that they're pitching that?
Time out. I'm gonna just go ahead and nix all of that right now.
Okay, thank you.
I'm gonna nix all of that right now. I'm just gonna tell you straight up with the type of in football, with the basketball too, with the type of money that's being thrown around in NIL situations, that no longer works. Time out. Anywhere. There is way too much money being thrown out.
And that goes back to my first part of my argument, which is why are they so late on the NIL thing?
That's not on him though.
I don't think it's late, dude. I just don't think
You don't have-
you
that's
don't,
not
you
on
don't have the
him.
resources.
Everybody started at the same time.
Bro, it's not late.
It started
It's not
before
late.
he got there.
But it's not even late. He
It's not on
could've-
him. It's not on
Bro,
Brian
it's
Kelly.
I know,
not-
but
it's
we
not
don't have the
about being
resources to
late.
do
You
that.
don't have the resources to do that.
You have
factual.
enough to get some guys,
That's
but you don't
factual.
have the
That's factual.
You don't have the resources
That's
that
factual.
A&M and
You
Texas
can't-
and them have.
No, you can't. Why you think Saban's pissed off about it? Like no.
I mean, you have enough resources to get some, and so you're gonna have to pick and choose who that's going to. A&M has the most resources, and Texas, like they have all the money, so that is why they're doing what they're doing. Now, they go on the field and maybe they don't win. Those guys aren't gonna be there forever if they don't win.
Yeah, and that's another good point. Is maybe some of these guys don't all stay at these schools. Like,
Not all of them are gonna be able to play, and they're not all gonna be able to play well. They're all.
kind of like Major Burns went to Georgia for a year. Said this
That's
isn't
my
gonna
point.
Work out,
Is
he
it's
comes
gonna
back.
it's going to it's going to weed itself out and it's going to fix itself a little bit.
And that's my point about NIL is you don't have to have all of the money. You have to have some of the money to where
And
if
they
you're
do.
able to at least bring a fucking number to the
Okay,
table.
here's my question to you. And the only credit I will give is the defensive line, right? Like he's revamped that.
And his recruiting of Louisiana. I'm not a big O guy. Like,
I know, but you saw how good that did in 2020 and 2021.
I saw how good it did in 2019.
Joe Burrow's from
Joe
Ohio.
Burrow's from Ohio.
Okay, and then name every skill position ever that he threw to.
Okay, that's fine. He got a 2-star. He good.
And
Developed
name
him.
the
That was
entire
great.
defense.
Okay, and then after you win a national championship, what happens after that?
They all left.
And what happened to the other recruits that came out of Louisiana? The
Give
best,
him time.
the best recruiting class in the history of Louisiana. Where'd they all go?
The NFL.
Oh my God, dude! They all left and went to Alabama. All the recruits that everybody was mad about because when Coach O got fired, where did all the recruits go? Alabama.
Oh, I thought it was a COVID year.
It doesn't matter. It's still Coach O. That's my point. It's a missed year. It's Coach O.
Coach Ovid.
You said that he recruits Louisiana really well, right? Well, the last 2 years of his regime here, he sucked at it because they all left, and the product doesn't matter how good of a recruiting you are in state. If you're not going to put a good product on the field, you're gone, and that's what happened. So now you're telling you want a guy to come in here who has to put all the pieces together on the most dysfunctional team in the country. And you saying that he needs to go out there and get everybody out of Louisiana? That's unfair. It's going to happen at some point. He's going to figure it out. But you have to give him some time to put the pieces back together. And he's getting some good guys. But here, back to my question. Outside of the defense line, what wins? Where do you build your football team? How do you build your football team?
In the trenches.
Offensive line
Defensive
and defensive line, right?
And Brian Kelly has done a fantastic job building up the offensive line.
Okay. So my point is, if you have those two as your strengths, your receivers are obviously really good. You have the most talented quarterback room you've had in a really long time, as far as depth and the amount of players that are capable of playing quarterback. How are you going to disagree with that?
I don't disagree with it. I'm saying you have depth, but you don't have a guy.
You do. You have guys that have the ability to be the guy, which is better than you've had in the past, outside of having Joe Burrow, which you didn't know Joe Burrow was the guy until towards the end of the year.
Would you rather Max Johnson come back or have 4 guys that you don't know who's going to be the
No.
starter?
I'd rather have 4 guys.
I'd rather have the
these
guys
4
you have now than Max Johnson. You know why?
Look at
Because
Max Johnson's numbers last year.
I understand his numbers, but I'm gonna go back in the archives, and I'm gonna pull back what you said during football season last year with Max Johnson on the field. It was completely opposite of what you just said right there.
No, that was against Coach O and the regime and how you ran an offense. He was
Well,
playing.
he was still hesitant with the ball.
Yes,
Yeah, because he didn't know what they were doing.
Okay.
They were calling timeouts out of commercial
So
breaks.
Well, no, and I agree with that. It
I
wasn't
agree
all
with that,
his
but my
fault.
point is the guy that you have now is known for developing quarterbacks and offensive lines and having. So I think we are in a better position
So
offensively.
if Max Johnson was still on the roster, you don't think he's the incumbent starter?
Nope.
No, I don't think it's a guarantee. I don't.
That's why he's gone.
That's why he's not here anymore.
He left for a better opportunity.
No, he left
You think
because
he-
he left because they told his ass, hey,
You think he's for
you're
sure-
going to have to compete here.
You think he's for sure the starter at A&M?
Come on.
Absolutely.
Except for the 5-star, the Haynes guy that's behind him.
And coming off a broken ankle.
So you don't think he has the potential to be good enough to beat him out?
No, I think Max Johnson. I think he's better. There's a reason Max Johnson did what he threw 28 touchdowns and 5 picks. And
I'm not.
Dysfunctional offense.
Listen, you're giving me all the same stuff that I said last year, and you disagree with me. I said everybody said Max Johnson stinks. He can't do it. He holds the ball. He does this. I said, hey guys, Max Johnson
You're
has.
looking at the wrong guy, fella.
No, y'all. I mean, I can't go back because I don't know if we have all that stuff. But what y'all were saying on the show is completely opposite of what you were saying right now.
No, I think you're talking to the wrong person.
I am not. I am saying because I was on Max Johnson's train. I'm saying, hey, you know what? He is slow with the ball. He holds on the ball too long. He doesn't make quick decisions. He does this. He does that. It was dysfunctional. We all understood that, right? That's a fact. But he transferred out and left. I don't think it's a guarantee that he's a starter at A&M the entire year. It's not a guarantee because you have a 5-star quarterback. Yeah, broken ankle, but he can come back from that.
And then
you
got
come
a
back from
5-star
your.
freshman.
Did you ever heal from your broken ankle? How long did it take you? A year? That's crazy. You're pretty good after that. Are you still fast? Were you still athletic? It's crazy how science works, huh?
You comparing Jared Mitchell to Max Johnson?
No, did Max Johnson break his ankle?
Yeah, but
I'm comparing
to Haynes King.
I'm comparing to
Max-
Haynes.
to Jared Mitchell. Look at him.
A high-level athlete?
I'm comparing a high-level athlete who broke his ankle to your point of saying he's coming off a broken ankle. What does that mean?
I'm saying that Jimbo Fisher went and got Max Johnson for a reason. He's somebody that he
Because he
knows.
needed depth. He needed to be sure.
Because the other quarterback they had on the roster was a true freshman, Connor Weigman. He didn't want a true freshman.
He needed to be
backup.
sure.
And they had a guy to hit the transfer portal and go to Mississippi State, I believe.
Yeah,
Auburn.
Calzada.
He went to
Yes.
Auburn.
But you have to be sure that this guy now. I'm willing to bet that this now he may not. I'm not saying he's going to, but it's not a guarantee.
No, look at the chat. It's funny.
It's not a guarantee that Max Johnson is going to start next year for the entire season at Texas A&M.
So they say getting popcorn in the chair is made clear soon. I don't know if Floyd wants that.
What?
The chairs to clear.
I'm going at Andrew first.
But that's my point. That's my point. And it's just like you don't know.
That's
You just
another
don't
good-
know.
That's another good point.
I
He might-
don't.
Wait.
But I'm saying it's not like you said that his way he went there because he had a better opportunity to go to A&M.
Okay, wait. Cortland Jacob made a good point. He probably some of that may have had to do with his brother.
No doubt. 1,000,000%.
Who was committed to where?
Well, LSU until
Yeah,
the coach got
until
fired.
Coach O got fired. But that point is moot. Like, of course, people transfer after the coach got fired.
Or
Like,
until his brother
that is
decided to
out.
transfer.
Yeah,
Or
that's
both.
out.
I'm just saying
What are you saying?
that the LSU had a plan in place. It didn't work, but that's why
No
he
plan.
left.
LSU had no plan in place.
Yeah, if the coach show wasn't
LSU sold its soul for that championship.
LSU
no
had
doubt.
zero plan in place for 2020 and 2021. Zero plan.
But you said let it play out.
Now, because the guy that we have now is known
this-
to be meticulous with a plan.
And
We
this is
actually
what
have
I
a
believe
guy.
in. I believe in his ability
I
to
know.
coach as
So
opposed
give
to
the guy
two
an
former
opportunity
coaches.
to right the ship is all I'm
No,
saying.
the argument is between do you want to win 10 games and go to a New Year's Six Bowl, or do you want to be a national champion?
Okay, so wait. I think
I mean, that is the stupidest take I've ever heard in my
that's what
life.
it is.
Hey, you know those like
It takes
funny
one or two
shaped
players.
balls right
Yeah.
now that you throw down and one it takes.
Yeah,
off
that's
like-
what he's doing right now.
He's that ball.
Yeah. I know.
Every time he catches, he picks it up, throws it down. It goes this way.
He
next
makes
time
zero
goes
sense
that
on his
way.
argument. He's going this way. He doesn't know what's happening. He's zigging and zagging and doing all those kind of things. You're like, what is going on?
okay.
I feel like
I
I'm
think
right both ways.
I think the middle ground here is we all know Kelly
It's
can
to take the Caesars over 7 wins.
That I agree.
That-
Scan the QR
we can all
code.
agree on that one. But I think the middle ground is we know Kelly can coach. He's got to figure out Louisiana. Not really him, more the boosters in the NAL, whatever, the
And
organization.
listen,
whatever
I
it is.
don't want to. I think that you need to recruit Louisiana really hard. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
All I'm saying
That's
is
obvious.
you have to give this guy an opportunity to write. I mean, dude, he is putting together a jigsaw puzzle that was thrown away, and he had to go find pieces under couches and shit. Like, he didn't know what this thing was so dysfunctional that he had to come in here and he had to do a lot. And he has done a lot. And with a good offensive line and a good defensive line and good outside skill position players and a capable quarterback, you have the ability to do a lot. Now, do I think our defense is going to be as good as it has been in the past right now? It's going to be a challenge because our secondary is a little struggle. Our front seven is going to be pretty solid.
I think
Our
our
safeties
coordinators
are
are
going to be pretty good, and I think our coordinators are good. So I'm willing to bet on the guys that we have on the team as staff to be able to coach these guys up and put them in a good enough position to where they can compete and they can say, okay, you know what? We can win a national championship with the guys that we have and the guys that we have that are bringing in. Because if you can't sack our quarterback and we can sack your quarterback, we're in a pretty damn good spot. And I think that's what we have put ourselves into. I think Brian Kelly knew it was going to take him some time to build the team that he needed to build long term. So he said, you know what? I'm going to go and get the offensive line to be really good. We already have a really good defensive line. We have great skill position players, and we have a good running back room. And we have capable quarterbacks. That's good enough for me to go out there and be able to use my expertise and my abilities to be a coach and my abilities to grow talent and develop talent and bring these guys in. And that gives us a chance to win every single game that we're going to play next year. And that's all you can ask for this year after how dysfunctional we've been in 2020 and 2021. That's the last thing I'm going to say about that.
And that's where we agree.
All right,
guess.
it's 8:15. boys.
I guess. I guess.
No, I think LSU's going to be good next year. My concern is with the long term, not the short term.
I think being good next year helps for the long term. But
Absolutely. Yeah, it could be a domino effect.
Okay. So we're all LSU fans, pretty much. I think we
what a
just-
great day. What a great show. Drew Bianco, I wish you were still in.
I'm still confused as to Lloyd's take.
I am too. It's
I'll
okay.
figure it out.
Mik'd
It's
up
okay.
15 over 7 wins.
Yeah, Mik'd up 15. Use those Caesars promo code. Bet the over 7 wins. How are my bets doing? How are the bets doing right now?
I have no idea.
Okay, fine. I'll look into it.
I think the Braves
Thanks for
under.
watching.
Hold
We
on,
were brought to you by Sterling Automotive. We had a really fun, energetic, passionate conversation. I still love Lloyd, even though his takes are very all over the place. But great show. Great interview with Thatcher early on. That seems like it was 3 hours ago.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah. But we will not have a show on Friday.
Aw.
It's 4th of July weekend. We're not going to have a show on Monday on 4th of July.
On the road recruiting.
We will be, we'll be recruiting. We'll be back here Wednesday next week, live, 6 to 8 p.m. Like, subscribe, share it, tell a friend. We're on all podcast networks, Spotify, and Apple. Appreciate you following. Appreciate you being in the chat. Hopefully you don't hate me too much for
Oh,
my.
who's Cade?
They're busting Lloyd's balls.
Are they?
Yeah.
Love that. Who's Cade?
Below said is in the chat.
Oh, is he?
No.
No.
But I was going to say, what are the bets? Because I have the scores pulled up right now.
Let me find it.
We have Atlanta,
And
Philadelphia.
I think that under hit because I was following that game just because that's my team. But
Did I bet the over under?
you bet the under. I'm pretty sure.
It's 4-1 in the 7s.
The over in the Miami Marlins game is going to hit. First 5. It's 3-2 right now.
So you got
A hit.
Braves Phillies
hit.
under
4.5. What?
You got Braves Phillies
That hit?
under 4.5. I'm pretty sure that did.
What is it? That hit?
I can tell you right now. Because
Yeah, let's end on a high note.
yes,
Boom.
So you
1
got
for 1.
Red Sox Blue Jays over 4.5.
That did not hit?
Yeah.
What's the score?
it's 3-2 in the 7th.
Okay.
Okay.
So
So
went
Twins.
over.
over
said
4.5.
And 5.
I know. What
Oh,
was?
first five.
Yeah.
No.
Didn't. What was it? Was that close?
3.
It was 3. Okay, so 1 for 1. I mean, no, 1 for 2.
Twins Guardians over 4.5.
No.
3.
1 for 3.
They scored 3.
But the Miami-
They scored 3 in the 6th.
Damn, Miami hit. So I'm 2 for. I'm 2 for 4.
Miami Cardinals over 4. Dodgers Rockies under 6.
That probably hasn't gotten.
started yet.
4. It's 4-0.
What inning?
2nd.
Fuck. Who scored
Dodgers put up a 4 spot.
in the second? It's in Colorado. That was a bold bet.
I know.
But
I didn't take that.
I did it because Urias was. I was just hoping that they would score off the bullpen, not the starter.
You should have taken Dodgers literally straight up money.
But I still got 2 runs
They
to play
lost
with.
2 games too. They ain't
I
getting
know.
slapped there.
But Marquez isn't that great.
And you
You
still
got
have White Sox
White
Angels.
Sox Angels over 4.
Has yet to stop.
So I have a
They
chance.
got
I have,
Tonight.
Did you see?
I have a
where-
chance to be over 500 today for the day.
Today's the day. Did you see where Shohei was like 3 for 4 and Mike Trout was 3 for 4 and they still lost 11-6,
11-4.
11-4?
Mhm.
What are they doing?
Yeah, no, I saw
Mike Trout,
somebody made
Mike
fun of it.
Trout said was trying to tell his pitcher that you're tipping pitches from center field. Like I can see you tipping your pitches, so stop tipping your pitches. And I'm trying to be the best player in baseball and your pitching
I'm
coach.
playing manager, I'm playing center field, and I'm playing MVP.
He's gonna hit 40 home runs at 330. This year.
Again,
And he'll be home in October.
maybe he likes that.
No.
There's
He
some
does.
there's some merit
He does.
to
He
it.
likes sitting front row at Eagles games. He's got a.
He's
Yeah,
in
he's
a great
over-
spot if that's what he likes.
We need to get him in the postseason.
Yeah, we do.
Seriously.
All right. Great show. I'll see y'all again.
Fun show.
Fun show, energetic show, passionate show. We all love LSU football. We all want them to do well. I'm just not as pessimistic as Lloyd.
Slam the over.
Slam the over on 7. Love y'all. Thanks for following us. We'll see y'all next week. Have a great, safe, boozy
Bianco's here.
4th of July weekend.
No way.
No, he's not.
No.
You're an idiot.
All right. Have a great night. You're watching Mik'd. We're brought to you by Sterling Automotive.
I thought 20
See you next week.
minutes
Peace.
into OT, dude. He's just drunk joined it.
Did he?
No.
Oh.